We are live with the Ontario Campus Carball Provincial Finals on land at the TMU Rogers Communication Center. Uh, I am joined with Vitaly, aka Jared. Some of you may know him as Vitaly. Maybe a few years back.
A couple of years back. I mean, now I'll take a couple of years off. Now we're back into this thing, but it's fun to be hanging out on a Saturday. We got a bunch of great guys behind us making this work.
Yep.
Bunch of guys in the room over there. I'm excited to get this going. Man.
I'm excited. I mean, we're kind of like the unks of the scene. It's cool to see the scene kind of develop a little bit, see some of these matchups. Yep. Speaking of which, the first matchup we have is going to be a good one. I think you could look at the seeds and maybe not think that initially, looking at obviously the Humber Hawks as the number 5 seed overall and the Sheridan Bruins being number 12. But that is not how this story is going to go, in my opinion. And we'll get into hot takes later. But Sheridan Bruins, really great team. They were premier in the fall. They got all their points, basically 19 points from the fall, only got 7 in the winter because they didn't play. And so their seed is not at all an accurate representation of how good this team is and what they can do against Humber.
No, they really, really need to show up. I mean, I think, to be honest, their first game is really going to be telling.
Yeah. It's the BO5s.
Yeah. Obviously, as you said, best of 5. I think realistically, Radmoves needs to kind of make his mark to have this Sheridan team kind of move forward, because Humber is really kind of solid players. Obviously, as you said, they're all really a good, solid group.
Right.
So they need to kind of be disrupted. They need to kind of be broken up. And if Sheridan can kind of do that, then I mean, as we're talking a little bit about it, I know you alluded into it a little bit, but I know how you feel about it, and you kind of feel you're kind of leaning the Sheridan way a little bit. Is that what you're? Yeah.
If I had to go prediction, Mark, I think it really depends, because obviously the land environment changes everything.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think we could see a game 5 here. I think we could see a Sheridan upset. On the crazy side of things, maybe even a 3-1 Sheridan. But realistically, I'd give it 3-2 Sheridan. That's my hot take of the day. I think they could definitely pull off the upset here. Another thing to note too with Humber is that Humber also has a different third now. So their notable player is definitely going to be Vidhawk, player to watch out for. Very solid player. But we actually have Noah stepping in for Cornelius. So Humber played both splits with Cornelius in fall and winter. They got 4th overall in the fall and then a top 8 winter. So Scout Out is also a very, very solid player, but I think the question is all going to be on Noah for this series. And honestly, just even with seeing the players earlier today, seeing them, they were here early. They were here warming up. I saw they're actively playing matches. Obviously, everyone's doing their thing, warming up their own way. But I don't know. Something about Sheridan, I definitely could see the upset happening here. And it's definitely not going to be close by what's on paper by any means.
For sure. I think I agree with you. I agree with the fact that they've shown up. It really makes a difference if you show up and actually perform on day. You give yourself a time to acclimate to the setups. You give your time to acclimate to, the land environment, all that sort of stuff, right? I'm going to kind of lean on the side of consistency here. Humber, I mean, different third. They swept them back in the fall. The 3-0. I'm going to lean towards that. I think it's going to be a 3-1 on that side. But realistically, I can see all the things happening. I can see Radmoves making a lot of good plays. Sustain is a very solid player. And their third, I honestly don't know a ton about him, but I know he's going to be solid. He's going to pick things up as well. I know he's a little bit lower, but if they can really elevate him, I think it's going to be a big thing. And as we get going into game number 1
of OCC Provincial Finals,
absolutely excited to send this off here. Kick off the start. Up towards the sidewall. Radmoves 50 yard towards left side. Just taking his time. Is Vidhawk able to just play patient, let this ball kind of sit out towards midfield, take his time, good play out to the sidewall. Nothing crazy going on in the first 15 seconds, but good possession.
We already kind of see a glimpse of what this game could look like. Vidhawk already taking control on the wall, taking his time. Obviously, low boost, there's only so much you can do. And on the other side of it, that's going to be Sheridan taking control and Sustain flicking it top left to start off the match.
And that's just a great 50 from Sustain. He gets it's a dive in at the midfield. And then at that point, your third man is left on an island. And once he gets that bump, all you have to do is put it on target.
I mean,
a great play from Sheridan.
Yeah.
Great capitalization. Unfortunately, if you're on the side of Humber, a little bit less aggressive 50s in the midfield.
Yeah, already early connection coming in from this team. This is what I think we have to look out for. All the difference is going to come in with players can do things individually all they want, but how are they going to play together? And right now, Sheridan's started off strong, and they're using each other very well. As we see Sustain throwing it out to the midfield, another cleared out by on the side of Humber.
Yeah, and as Rocket picks his ball up in midfield. A double commit there. Scout into the corner, out towards the sidewall. Vidhawk will be there, waiting patiently as Rad moves, just kind of throws it downfield. Vidhawk, and nobody really taking possession of plays right now. They're just kind of banging it. That's a good demo, though. Rocket plays it up high over Scout. Scout's going to be back into the box, and it's just a misread, unfortunately, from Rocket. A really good opportunity, but not able to put it home. And Rad moves, good cut off at midfield. Scout able to take possession, gets cut out though. Comes Seneca or Sheridan again, and they're going to throw it in the midfield, but close. Good save.
Yeah, and as you're alluding to, same thing. Like that's going to be really common, I think, with a lot of these land matches in particular. Obviously, it's common in general when you're a little bit more nervous to want to just bang the ball away. You're unfamiliar with the setup. It's what I've been saying from the beginning is that a lot of these teams, and we see another goal coming out from Sheridan, and that's the Rad moves, putting them up 2 in the first 2 minutes of the game.
This is a great pass here. Rocket just beats out Vidhawk. He just kind of commits for no reason. Scout's forced at the back to kind of just dive. And I mean, he can't really get there because he's not going to be the faster player right off the backboard. He's not going to read that faster. So when I said, I saw Sustain in the air, and I realized Rad was the third man, but he just slotted it home. So it didn't matter. But so Sheridan, good start, good game 1 start. But we usually see that from the underdogs. We usually see a very, very good start from the underdogs. So we'll see if they can continue out here going into game number 1.
Exactly. And as I was rudely interrupted by that goal, as I was saying, like it's going to be very common to the earlier matches on land, just like getting used to it, just banging the ball away, not really controlling it like they would typically probably do from home, as we're seeing now. But the big question mark is going to be on those more experienced players, like your Vidhawks, and seeing if he can really step up and set the tone for his team and let them know that. And as soon as they're able to do that, we might see a Humberhawks that we're more familiar with.
Definitely is. Sheridan again plays into the midfield. That's a great pass, but just off the target. Close. And Humber still in the defensive half. He could have taken his time there. He honestly panicked. He threw it towards the Sheridan offensive player, but it's going to be cleared out again. Again, Humber has not had any possession at all. They have just given up every single time. There's 2 pre-jumping midfielders, but they're not able to actually get back into position. Vidhawk able to clear that to the side, but Sustain a great opportunity there as Rocket going to take that one away. Again, they just can't get through. They can't get through that midfield. Sheridan has done a fantastic job of
and this is the Sheridan that when I had my mindset on the upset or the potential win here, this is what I had imagined. I envisioned them playing really close, challenging the ball, playing a lot of cutoffs, just strong fundamentals. They're all very strong players. I think in my eyes, Sheridan has a more well-rounded team overall, whereas I think he heard me say it. He heard me say it, and he wasn't going to allow that as he scores his first goal of the match. I was going to say we're waiting for him to kind of ramp up a little bit. It looked like there was a demo in the play of midfield, but just not covered from Sheridan.
Yeah, you need to have that third man back. Even if there is a demo there, you need to have a guy in support. You can hear the guys actually yelling the pop in the next room, which is so fun to hear. Vidhawk going loud with that one, but only a 1-goal deficit. Can Humber keep going? It's off the backboard and thrown out towards the side. Sustain out towards the sidewall. Rad moves, takes possession of it. Out to Sustain again. Just working in tandem down the field. And that's popped up again. Humber just really has no answer for this in tandem down the field.
No, and you think maybe it wouldn't work as well because they're just like stacked on top of each other, and like, but it's just working for them because they're having good follow-ups. Like no one's really on the side of Humber to like cut that off, so it's working for them. But it's kind of thing that it shouldn't be working. And that's another goal for Sheridan with Rocket burying that on the right side from a pass from Rad moves.
And again, it's just another bad possession play from Humber. They force the ball off the wall. They get challenged early, and there's no actual possession 50. It's just an aggressive 50. And the guy on the backboard is just put in an awkward spot. He can't really make a good touch, and Rocket just slams it home. It's a great job of capitalization, but they're doing a good job of forcing them into awkward spots, which is what they needed to do to create this sort of upset. So game number 1, they've done a very good job so far. Can they continue on?
And let's see if they can close that out with Rocket taking control of the ball. Is going to try to play it out midfield. Good challenge from Noah, but it doesn't do a whole lot with the 50. No one's going to be there for the ball. It's broken off by Sustain. Scout now trying to control the ball out. See if he can get a little catch on the ball. Going to watch. No cutoff again. Yeah, just so much space to work with here, but they're just not really making anything out of it. I get it's game 1, but this is a game that Sheridan like really wants to get in the series, and with the best 5, it's a big one.
It is a big one. That game 1 means a lot usually, but it is a little bit different than a best of 3. You know, obviously, if you get that first win in that best of 3, you're sitting pretty. But best of 5, you got a little bit more work to do here. So Humber, the last 10 seconds, can they get some momentum going and They will not. That's a 50 out towards the side. Sheridan will take game number 1.
Yep.
But
that's not crazy.
Just based off of the errors and the things that we've seen, I think Humber can really clean things up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really just a lot of actually taking possession and actually using each other rather than forcing the play before it needs to be happening. Right?
Yeah.
And I think, I don't want to call him out, but Noah, I thought a lot of times he threw the ball away on defense a lot. He kept possession when he didn't need to, and then forced bad plays. And I think that they need to just, as a team, take possession, take control, and really start to dictate the game because they only had 2 shots. They need to have more shots. I mean, you're playing a 5-minute game, you can't have that.
Yeah, and it was very clear too. You could probably guess the amount of shots just from sort of watching the play develop, everything sort of getting cut off. But I mean, it also depends on the player mentality. We don't really have that look into how they interact with each other, what their mental's like. I mean, if you're a player like Vidhawk, what are you really telling your team here other than, trying to force them to control the ball, flick it away when it's time to? But what do you really say to your team here in this situation?
I mean, you just say, like, take possession, like take 50s, like stop forcing it as much. Like, obviously you take that first game to kind of get into things.
Right.
I forgot that's not us. I was going to have another James Bond moment. Join Orange. No, I think it's a lot of just like slowing your brain down. It's a lot of just making sure that you're not going a million miles an hour, because you can have that problem on land where you are going to you are just going to throw the ball away. You are going to have those possession plays where you think you have full possession and you don't. So that sort of thing, I think realistically it's just taking more time and using each other to get down the field rather than just kind of throwing the ball away.
Yeah, and then on the side of it for Sheridan, it's more so they just want to get momentum here.
Yeah.
They want to obviously carry the momentum over from the last match, just hoping they can get that game 2. You have to just bear with us. We don't have visuals currently. We're just
it's a radio call right now. We're a little bit behind.
Just in case you're wondering, while we're missing some comms.
Yeah, we're missing some comms. As this ball is in the blue half, it has been in the Humber half a decent amount. We have not seen a whole lot of Humber offense so far. Sheridan still looking out. There's a double commit there, but it's going to be on target. Vidhawk able to save that one away, clear that one away, sustain it back into the corner. Noah can clear that one away. Rocket trying to cut that off in midfield, but Vidhawk has to be that talisman almost, and really, really create this offense here. They cannot let Sheridan break through these midfield line like they have been so far. As again, that's just another giveaway. It's off towards the side. I don't know if we could actually get visual confirmation.
I mean, we're
working on it a little bit.
I already see Sheridan is just like there's ripping shots. It looks to be,
and that's going to be off target. I think Vidhawk makes a good save.
Yeah, it looks to be the same situation. At least we're seeing they're moving the ball a lot better now. But again, that could have been a goal for sure.
It definitely could have been if they take their time. Scout off the backboard, and it's going to be cleared away. Rad moves, gets cut off by Vidhawk, throws into the midfield. It's going to be back into the corner again. Rad moves. Throws it back to sustain. Back off towards the right wall. Go for a touch towards midfield. And there's not going to be really a whole lot there. It's just kind of boomer ball right now. There's not a whole lot of possession. There's not a whole lot of things happening. It's just game 1 over again. Can Humber actually create some possession, create some plays here?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Like, it could really go either way. And when I saw this matchup, that's why I could see a game 5 going for that reason. But big thing you have to look at with Sheridan is that, like, even though they took that winter split off as well, they are playing the exact same roster. So that it's nothing new on that sense. Whereas obviously Noah's coming up, stepping up to a team that might have had a higher ceiling. But Sheridan's nothing to scoff at. I mean,
Vidhawk's going to score.
Oh,
he's actually going to take that.
Anytime I talk about him,
literally, we actually don't have. We still don't have any visual, but he beats that third man on the left side, and then he's able to take that speed and put that home for their first Humber goal. It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, we can see the points. I mean, he's got 400 points right now versus he's.
Oh, and we're back.
We're back on spectate. Halfway through the game, we're back in.
Yeah.
All right, Vidhawk out towards midfield. Either way, we're back into this. Humber, they need to keep going. They've been doing good on not getting scored on so far.
Right. Yeah.
So they need to actually keep this going. They need to turn this into more possession. Vidhawk, a great 50 off the sidewall. Rocket just going to throw this into the midfield. Rad moves with a backflip, and he's going to get beat by Scout, and he's going to score.
He's on the board.
Rad moves just backflips, and Scout able to put that one away.
Yeah, I don't know if this is more on the side of Humber just like making good plays here and forcing this goal, or if it's more on the side of a mistake from Sheridan. But it is game 2, and it is them ramping up. This could be the momentum they're looking for. It's hard to say. Like I said, Sheridan's a team that They have no issue taking these teams out. I'm sure they're not feeling super nervous aside from like the land environment and everything like that. You have to realize this team beat, Carleton. They beat Queens. They were really close with York, with Team Canada's very own Bosco boy. We'll be seeing him tomorrow for day 2. So this team, they're not nervous in that sense. As Sustain almost rips one to the top of the center.
That would have been a great shot. Honestly, they are feeling well. Oh, the one thing that I'm noticing, though, is that they're very aggressive with their third man. They're very aggressive with their second man. They are pushing up. They are pre-jumping as much as they can. And it is going to cost them if Humber can just start playing to the side, start playing around them. They need to start adjusting. They need to actually start taking a second and recognizing where the Humber players are going rather than just throwing themselves at the ball.
Absolutely. And as we see on the side of Sheridan, Sustain is going to be controlling the ball, trying to go under. It's a good force, but that is 2 out of the play. Radmove's taking it up on the wall, playing off ceiling. Good beat from him, but is somebody going to be there? Unfortunately, not. I mean, they can turn in, but just a little uncoordinated on the side. Again, they don't have to be perfect here. They just got to play their game and get those, those quick cut goals that are just giving good opportunities for them. That's what was working really well for them. And right now, it looks to be more on the side of Humber doing that.
Yeah, Humber's doing a good job as they throw this ball towards the backboard here. Is Vidhawk towards the back post. Yeah,
that should be a nice
good save. It's a good pass. Oh, and he just misses. I could tell the pass was coming, but he just couldn't make contact. It's a good demo in the corner, but Rocket will clear. Now he's got all this free space. Vidhawk gets flicked over, but Scout just forces the flick, gets the bump on Sustain.
Yeah, good shot.
Fantastic play from the first man. All he has to do is just force that flick and then get the bump on the third, and it's a goal. 3-0 for Humber.
Yeah, you don't want to be seeing that where, like, again, you just get stuck in the midfield because the first man just doesn't go. Vidhawk, he knows his role. He knows it's his time to go. He forces him off the ball, and it opens up an open net. That's one that Sheridan definitely wants to get back. But again, running at a time here in game number 2.
Yeah, 35 seconds and counting is Humber back into their half. A Scout puts another shot on, but cleared away by Radmoves. Towards the side is Vidhawk. Not able to win that 50 in midfield, but Humber, all they have to do is play defense.
Good cut
Scout, great clear. 20 seconds left. They're doing a fantastic job of just slowing things down. Radmoves with a pass over to Sustain, but nothing there. It's off the backboard and cleared away. And Rocket won't get a good touch. Vidhawk will be able to clear that one away with the final seconds counting down. Humber will tie the series at 1 game apiece. And we look towards game number 3.
That's the series I was expecting. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I was expecting more like really duking it out every single game, like more 1-goal games is kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, yeah, 1 game, and the game 1's going to be very different too, but very, very much on the side of Sheridan.
Yep.
Game number 2, very much on the side of Humber. So I don't really know what to expect here. If we're going to keep getting these like back and forth games, figuring each other out, or if this is Humber is warmed up, they're here, they're ready to play, and maybe they're going to take the series over. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's possibility again that we kind of touched on a little bit in game 1. The underdogs kind of come out to play. They kind of might have scared them a little bit, might have jumped on Humber a little bit. And I think that this might be the Humber that we're coming to see. I don't want to, obviously, we want to give Sheridan the possibility of coming back into this because they are a solid team and they showed out game 1. They did a fantastic job. If they slow things down with their challenges a little bit, their pre-jumps are great. They just need to actually make contact on the ball. They can't just throw themselves into tough spots and make that third man or second man into a tough spot, right?
Exactly.
They need to play smart. They need to play within themselves, and they can do that. We'll see if they can do that against Humber. Humber did a great job of capitalizing on things last game.
And we're running to game number 3. And as you said it, Sheridan, they don't have that element of surprise anymore that they once had. And I don't know how much Humber has looked into this team or was preparing for them ahead of time with their new third and everything. But again, you see that seed number 12. You come in a little bit loose. You want to be a little more mechanical, a little more less disciplined.
Yep.
And that could have been what we saw in game 1. But again, they lost that element of surprise. And now all they have to rely on is their fundamentals and what they come down to with their gameplay.
Yeah. We'll see if they can actually put that into fruition in game number 3. As Radmoves, a little bit of a rough touch, but he's able to control it, get the boost, and get a 50.
I like these demo plays coming out from
Sheridan. Forward. Yeah, Sustain moves forward, trying to get a bump off that second man, but couldn't do anything. Vidhawk just misses the ball. I think he had a free shot. Noah able to win that ball to midfield, throw it towards off the ceiling. Rocket not able to do anything more other than clear it away. And Humber is now starting to lock in this midfield.
Yep.
Almost gets a goal there for their effort. Vidhawk not able to win that, but Humber doing a good job of locking down the midfield again.
What I'd also like to note is that so in the arena that the teams are playing in, these two teams are sitting directly next to each other. Not only that, but if you know Humber, you know that this is a team that can be very loud. They get very excited, and it just makes every goal feel like a dagger. So those mistakes really hurt. And so this opening goal could be a really big one here.
Oh, as we have a 3-on-1, and that touch is rough, man. Noah was left on an island, and they really could have made a good play. Vidhawk misses the ball.
Great shot.
And Sustain will slot it. A fantastic job there. Noah, again, at something that goes back to game 1. Noah, he made a bad touch, not a great play. Vidhawk forced into a bad spot. Sustain, great finish. Clinical. But it's a mistake on the side of Humber. Again, they need to clean things up, man.
As they say, what is it saying? It's you're only as strong as your the weakest link kind of thing. And again, like I was saying, Sheridan is going to be a more well-rounded team across the board. Again, Humber might have the highest peak from my knowledge, have the highest peak on the team, but that's only going to take you so far. We even see that with professional, CRL. It can only do so much. And so we really are going to need to see our third man's doing a lot and not letting up simple goals, because every goal here is going to be really important.
I mean, you're at a LAN tournament, right? You don't want to give up any goal for free.
And you feel that.
Yes,
we know.
We as players, we feel that. We were literally playing later today. Any extra goal, I'll be like, what in the world is going on? As Scout wins that ball in midfield, Vidhawk again, good cut. Now they're in a spot where they need to find another goal. They need to find something. A Sustain. Oh, he went for the block, but both players missed the ball. Noah. That's an early pinch. I don't know if I like that, to be honest.
Cleared out too. It could have been good, but Scout was ready for it.
The
demo goes through. Did Vidhawk just full send for this demo to clear it into the open net? That was a great recognition from him, considering he was in a little bit of a weird spot.
Off the back.
Great demo from Vidhawk. Wow. That's what I was looking for with this player. A lot of that Vidhawk Scout connection. Obviously, Noah is going to get the assist for that one, but that was Vidhawk. Great demo coming in from the side of Humber.
Yeah, that was all Vidhawk right there. He took the boost and went backboard. As you said, he found himself in a little bit awkward of a spot, but he made the best of it. And that's what the best players do. That's really good players do. They find a way to make themselves, functional, even when they're not in the greatest spots. So that's a good shot on target, but there's all three there.
Yeah, I don't love that play there. Like, it looks like there's a lot more he could have done with it. Obviously, recognizing that there was 3 in the net. He had someone that was pushing up midfield. I believe it was Scout on the play. And we got to look for those connections. Again, it's really hard to do in the moment, especially with all the pressure.
Hindsight.
But that's what makes the biggest difference. And even the SSL players is, hey, like, how much are you going to fall down to your fundamentals and not play a lot of giveaways and making missed touches?
Well, what your baseless level has to be, you're taking possession. You're looking for teammates, that sort of thing. So it's just, as we get further on in this tournament, as people get more and more adjusted to things, you'll see better plays. You'll see better players. You'll see more informed decisions. But as we're in the first series of day number 1, this is a adjustment period for all of them. That's a great clear out to Noah. Vidhawk off the backboard. He's able to make up for that bad missed clear earlier, and Noah again makes up for that bad touch. It's a 2-1 game for Humber.
And that's the thing. There might be certain small things that he might not do that the other players would do, like little things that help your team, positional things, boost management. Whereas at the end of the day, if you're just in the right spots and getting good follow-ups, that can be enough for this team to really do the rest of the work for him. Not to say he's not having a great game. This is he's made up for his mistakes here, and they're looking a lot better. But again, still a much closer game than even that second game was. So I would not count Sheridan out by any means.
No, absolutely not. As they got the first goal as well, and that's I thought that was going to try.
That shouldn't be let in.
Was able to clear that to the side, just rocket, just kind of giving away possession again. They're just kind of throwing the ball. They're just kind of hitting the ball to hit the ball right now.
Vidhawk, though.
Is Vidhawk able to throw it off the backboard? No, doesn't have the boost to finish. Scout going to get cleared away, and Rocket get a good 50 in midfield, and that possession will go by the wayside side as Humber throws that ball forward again.
Yeah, not sure if that was a touch he was intentionally trying to get.
Oh, that's just it.
Oh,
that's just it.
That hurts. Like, that's one of those ones I was talking about. Dagger on land in the moment when you think you still have the game.
As Rad moves,
that is not one you want to let up. Yeah, that's
Rad
a bit
moves,
of a third man getting in antsy.
He pushes forward. I mean, he boosts forward when he doesn't need to, right? Like, he's there for the 50. He's there for that original 50, but he's boosting forward for no reason. He puts himself out of position. Just a wasteful goal.
Almost a demo too.
Sheridan almost able to turn things around and throws it back to the corner. But again, it's just giving up possession.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most common, I'd say, like, basic mistakes that even like high-level players make is that third man push. It's so easy to just want to creep up a little bit more and be a little bit less disciplined. But again, we see why. Very punishing there. Maybe Sheridan. Trying to find an answer here. They're going to need something really soon here if they want to still be going into this next game competitively. as Rocket's going to take control of the ball, pops it up midfield. Noah playing off the clear. Sustain's ready for it, though. They're playing aggressive here. This is what they're going to need to do. They need one in the next, 5 seconds here, and that's not going to be enough time. They're going to throw this game number 3, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But again, still a close matchup. It came really down to just there was one goal that shouldn't have happened, and then they made up for the goal, and then other than that, it was on all Humber. So.
Yeah, even then, the first minute or so, Sheridan put some pressure on. But as soon as they got scored on, Humber said, "All right, flip the switch, lock it down, score some goals, get her going."
Yeah.
And that's a 2-1 lead for him. They play Noah, as we said, he made up for his mistakes there. Vidhawk, lowest points on the team, but he made his.
But his touches. Well, think about the demo. The demo doesn't count.
No, I'm not. Absolutely.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Doing his job.
Points don't matter. As long as you're doing your job, you're in the right spots. It doesn't matter, and they are doing the right job right now. He's in the right spots when he needs to be. Humber is doing all that they need to do right now to continue on in this tournament.
Yep.
Sheridan, they need to elevate themselves. They need to find another level because right now, yes, they're playing quick. Yes, they can play.
Mistakes.
It's just it's lack of possession and throwing the ball in offensive scenarios. You don't need to just give up the ball. You don't need to just go. Right. You can go, yes, but it's finding that fine line. And it's we know that very well. It's finding the fine line of you need the speed to go, but you also
need to stay.
You need to stay within yourselves, and that's a tough spot. Can Sheridan find that going into game number 4?
Yeah, and the aggression is really showing in the shots. It's this is where you really have to dig deep if you're Sheridan because you know that you really need to be playing at a good level to be able to take out one of these teams. Again, notable to mention too, these are both teams, the only teams that are playing today that have the Premier experience. Obviously, Humber coming at number 1 on the day, number 5 overall. Whereas it's been a little while for Sheridan, but they were in Premier. They were towards the bottom, but they were in Premier for fall. They have that experience, but the problem is you need to elevate if you're going to beat a team that has that same level of experience as you. You can't get through just with strictly having one player sort of pop off and have his moment. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I think looking back a little bit at Premier as well, Humber they're actually winless in this winter season. So this would be their first win against a Premier team in probably about I don't know 6 months. So,
okay, and do it on land.
Why not? A Scout is going to do it. Vidhawk off the backboard, able to make a good. Oh, that's a great pass out to the midfield. Baits out that first defender. Scout limited boost, but able to beat out that guy on the backboard, put it towards the back post. Nothing anybody in net could do. 1-0 Humber.
It's that playmaking, and I can't remember. Did you predict the score? Was it 3-1 for you? Or it's lining up like Humber's trying to set you up. I'm just hoping to see more games. I'd love to see the game 5s, especially because I personally think this will be one of the most high level games that we'll see on the day, especially for game number 1 being Premier teams. Scout almost makes it 2.
Scout is looking comfortable as Vidhawk towards the net. Good Rocket to pre-jump.
That's 2 up.
Yep. Still good pre-jump from Scout. He just still forces Vidhawk. He actually goes, which is actually really, really good. If he went back, he would have been bone there. Sustain off the ceiling.
See what he can do here.
Takes
not what he wants. He wants that one back.
Yeah, he definitely does. And Noah out towards midfield, throws it up to Vidhawk. Nobody up in the air.
Confidence diff.
And that is
what a save from Radmoose.
And it's off the
crossbar. That's 2. They got to be composed here. This is where Humber's going to get all the pressure unless Radmoose cuts, which he does. Rocket popping it to the side. Should be someone lurking middle. Is going to leave it. He's low boost. Cut off by Scout. Vidhawk is going to get beat here. Great catch from Sustain, but better 50 coming in from Scout. Good clear off to the wall here.
Humber trying to play defense, trying their best to move into offense. But Sheridan trying to lock them back as best they can. That's not a great miss there.
He wanted.
Vidhawk.
He was going for it.
Vidhawk, trying to go underneath road moves. He just doesn't want to commit there. He doesn't have the boost. He doesn't need to throw himself into that corner as Noah can now win that. Doesn't get the boost there, but Vidhawk, he doesn't make contact. And this is downfield. There's a mutual demo. He's an open net, and Radmoose will score.
Every time.
There's a mutual demo with third man, and Radmoose just capitalizes, moves up the field. Great pass from Sustain, and all he has to do is put that in the open net.
Yep. And that's the name of the game. You take your opportunities when you get them, and they tie the game back up. And I also want to note, the difference between game 1 and this game right now is, just look at the way that Vidhawk's catching the ball too. As I was saying, very easy to be not disciplined, bang the ball, get kind of warmed up, used to the new environment. We're seeing a lot of those really good soft touches, whether it's just into control or just a play to a teammate, as we saw right before they ended up getting that transition for Sheridan. But it's going to make a difference here, and this could be why they're sort of running away with the last 2 matches.
And as you kind of said, a little bit alluded to, Scout as well. He's setting up Scout really well to start taking his own possession and create his own plays. And I think that's the biggest thing is he's elevating his teammates. He's not trying to do everything himself. He's really trying to support his guys. He's trying to support Noah because obviously Noah's coming in as a substitute.
Yes.
And you want to make sure that he's supported and playing the best he can. So they're doing a fantastic job, Scout. Good beat at midfield. But Radmoves has an open net, and he will score.
What happened?
Noah gets caught for going for boost.
Oh, did he go for boost?
Scout. Oh, Vidhawk just goes too close, so that 50 is too. And Noah's
maybe a bit of miscommunication there potentially.
I mean, it's just an aggressive 50. I mean, it's just a forcing.
Yep.
And Vidhawk is a little bit too close a second, and it causes a breakdown. And Sheridan now has the lead with under 2 minutes left.
I don't know how loud the Sheridan team is. I just know Humber from previous years. They like to really get into it, get loud. They love the land competition. I don't know, like I saw Sheridan having fun, but I don't know if they have that same kind of like yelling at the opponents. But like I said, they are directly next to them. So that could have been a dagger goal there, and that could completely shift the momentum here for Sheridan potentially.
Definitely
good catch.
Especially if they can score that next one. 1.5 minutes. That's not a great touch too. Kind of catches him out.
Demo from Scout.
Yeah, trying to go for a demo. Radmoves was, but he didn't have his second, so not able to do anything. Noah misses the ball. And Rocket, honestly, again, good fake challenge. Yep. Doesn't want to commit. They're doing a great job of not committing for the ball right now. Vidhawk throwing the ball away because he doesn't have a whole lot of boost. This is just thrown to the corner. Rocket, great clear from Sustain, and a great job of jumping midfield. Get a double. Yep, great job forward. Scout forced to take possession in the air. Nobody up.
Trying to go for that's the difference
off
maker.
The backboard. There's going to be no follow-up, though. Vidhawk, no follow-up as third. Was not quick enough. Humber needs to find another level of offense here to tie this game number 4. But Sheridan doing the best they can towards the top corner. Oh, he should have scored that. That would have been would have been the dagger. It's clear towards the corner. That's a good pass into midfield. Scout on target, but saved away from Radmoves.
And as I was saying, we're starting to see Vidhawk and Scout warm up. Those are the two that are going to have the most connection. Obviously, Sheridan, full team, same. Full team is the same, but Humber with that new player. But it's been the same all across the board. Vidhawk and Scout have been playing together for quite a while now. And they're already, as we're seeing with the fakes, with the pinches into each other, they're starting to get warmed up. And if they drop this game and have that for game 5, that would be great. But they're looking to take it here potentially as we have 7 seconds on the clock. A little bit too much push, as we said. Scout is going to control the ball off to the corner, try to beat one out. It's just going to be too much pressure for them to get through here. Sheridan's going to get one opportunity maybe to try to kill the ball. Not great from Rocket. Shouldn't be an issue. No problem for them. They're just going to wait for the bang out here, and that's going to drop the game. And that's going to be
Game 5.
I mean, I called it.
You called it. You called it. Will we get the Sheridan? I don't know. Honestly, I still think Humber played better in that game.
I agree. I do agree.
Turned into some mistakes.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah. No, it absolutely happens. But this is land.
This is land.
Mistakes,
game 5.
Mistakes are absolutely a part of the game. And if you're not going to show up in game 5, I mean, this is the pinnacle, right? Your nerves, you start being nervous. I mean, Humber, actually, I have a couple notes.
Okay.
They lost 3 game 5s this season, Humber did.
Oh.
So it's obvious that the composure is a little bit not there and on land.
And as you said, they're going for their first win.
They're going for their first win in Premier in a long time. So can Humber break that little streak, get the monkey off their back in this game number 5? Because this would be a big one to start their land journey as Vidhawk not able to win that pass. Radmoves and rocket up towards the backboard. Just a fake, and Radmoves just underneath. I mean, that's 1-0 Sheridan. Oh man, just takes it away. And the Rocket, I mean, you got to have a guy on the goal line, but Noah, I mean, not Noah, sorry. I mean, both of them, man. I mean, both of them are jumping. Radmoves a great play to get underneath, but on defense, you got to be a little bit more composed.
That's the thing. And it looks worse now that I said after they scored. But as I was going to say, Sheridan, like the reason why I have them taking this game 5 now, especially is because I think overall, when it comes to these high situation, like composure moments, game 5s, that's when the better, like the more experienced, better, higher players tend to step up. And I think overall Sheridan has that across the board, where it could be one link here for Humber potentially, or one bad play that could cost them. And obviously with the goal now, that means even more for Sheridan here. So that's why I have them taking it, just because I think they're going to have that composure. They're getting good touches. They're not doing too much. Vidhawk makes really great plays, but they also take a lot of mechanical ability, and it's really easy to mess up, especially in this game 5 land environment when it's just not what you're used to. And as we see, almost a shot off.
Well, your predictions are looking good so far.
Yeah,
That was a great transition.
Maybe one on the day.
Brad
we'll
moves, tries to win that ball at midfield. Noah, not a great touch, and 2 are up here.
2.
That's a shot towards net, but it's weak.
Not a problem for Vidhawk. Yeah.
No, and now it's a 1-on-1. And that's a pass across Rocket. Ooh, it was a 1-on-2, actually. I saw a guy across. Sustain. Can't get it past the midfield. Brad moves, shot on target. A double commit there from Humber again.
That's what it's going to be.
Good pop up, but Vidhawk needs to play this towards the side and play it towards himself, but he doesn't. And Humber, when they're transitioning to offense, they don't have boost. They can't do anything on offense because they don't have anything. That's a good block, but they need to find a way to actually move up the field together with boost. Scout on target. No, he couldn't make contact. Humber, good offensive opportunities, but not able to break through yet.
Yeah, as Noah's going to be taking control of the ball here, playing it off to his teammate. Vidhawk going to try to force lower 50 here. Is going to go back to his teammate. Having pretty good follow-ups here. But again, like as you were saying, they don't have a lot on the transitions. And so even on that one play that Vidhawk used a lot for to try to beat, he's obviously fast and mechanical to make those beats. It's just an angle you're not going to win.
No.
And like, again, it doesn't take that much for Sheridan to just get a good touch and transition there. And they're looking really good.
They are doing a great job of just playing beats. They're doing what they need to do. Oh, that's
almost an own goal.
That was almost an own goal.
Not the first own goal of the weekend.
That would have been a dagger. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, that's a
game 5. Vidhawk underneath one, but nobody there's follow up. Noah being called upon to make a good touch, but doesn't really do so as he gets just
everyone's
dusted by Rad.
Oh my!
Target. Rad moves, puts the ball in. I mean, I think this has help from the defender, but
no one's home.
Called on to make a crucial play. Scout trying to get back. He can't actually clear that ball to the corner. And Sheridan 2-0 up.
And again, no one's home for that cut. Like that ball needs to get cut off. You give them too much space. You just give them a little bit too much time than these players have. They're good enough that they're going to make a difference on their own, and that's just going to be a free goal for them. Not the level of goals you're going to expect, but in terms of a game 5, like this is what you should prepare for because it's going to be just an absolute slugfest and like open net goals. 50s, like that's what you're going to see out of these teams, especially in this moment. Now it's time that like Sheridan just needs to calm down a little bit, play their game, play their touches, not try to do too much, and they should be able to close this one out.
Oh my goodness!
Just because Humber plays so aggressive.
I mean, you're looking at them. I mean, that second man just jumped. The third man is way far ahead of the play. They're jumping at everything. They can't do anything. Noah.
There's not a lot they can force here.
But again, it's just a pass, and it's a giveaway. Noah with possession in the corner, but he just gives it away. Sustain. Gets beat by Vidhawk towards the middle, but no
one's ready. That's going to be an issue for them. They need something soon, and they need to be ready to follow up on those. That's the thing. Like this team is playing fast, but like even though he gets that beat there, if no one's ready for the touch, if they just don't have that chem there, it's not going to amount to anything. As this ball gets played off into the corner, Scout, opportunity there. It's pinched out, but again, every one of these pinches off the wall, every one of these bangs that aren't doing. As I said, every bang that isn't doing anything is just wasting time for them. That was almost a great opportunity for the follow-up. But again, they don't need one. They need two.
And that the problem is they need a perfect play to score. They can't just score like a greasy goal like Sheridan has scored 2. They're working everything to go right.
Yeah, they're working for it.
Absolutely everything to go right. And with 45 seconds left there, Scout almost got flicked. So now it takes possession in midfield. Beats out one. Vidhawk gets challenged in midfield again. Noah, good win. Vidhawk off the backboard, and that's going to be cleared away. Noah, and that's going to again.
He does try to force the pass, but it's just not going to do anything.
Enough. That's a good fake. Rocket towards the net, and 30 seconds left. Sheridan looking to clear things down. Noah with possession off the sideboard out to Vidhawk. Scout out to Vidhawk again. Good pass. Can Scout finish it off the backboard?
They need something.
Can't.
Oh, and they're all gone. No, it's home. It's off. It's off. It's rolling up.
Misses.
It's just not going to matter.
Like it's going to be it. And
with
the first,
it looks like 1-1 on the day. 1-1 on the day.
Yeah. Sheridan pops out and shows out. Game 5 win, and
it's got to feel great.
In a while, and
that's the win they wanted. And like I said, on paper, it is an upset. That is number 12 beating number 5. Yes. But again, from what I said from the beginning, like if you know these players, if you know these teams, that was an equal matchup. That was like what I had being the closest match of the day. I predicted the 3-2, 1-1 on the day. We'll take those. But yeah, it's hard if you're Humber because again, with this format, you need to beat the team that's close to you there. And them losing that might be the difference between them being able to even make day 2 unless Sheridan ends up dropping as well. That could have potentially even just secured Sheridan a solid run to day 2 now. And again, it's hard. Like even what we're saying with the mechanical plays, like
Yes.
if you mess up mechanically, it feels a lot worse than if you make another kind of mistake, is what I feel. And they were really working for those like flip reset plays mid, trying to pinch it.
Yep.
And every time it just doesn't amount to anything, it just like hurts more and more for them. And I think that's definitely going to chalk the mental a little bit. But again, I think they'll be able to regain against the next level teams they're going to play against, I think.
Well, yeah, obviously, as they move into it, it's not going to be as high level as, some of you're not playing another premier team for sure, because, you won't have the two more premier teams in your group, but they need to bounce back. Unfortunately, that, as you said, that might have cost them for tomorrow, though.
It's unforgiving.
It is an unforgiving format. You have to show up. You have to win every single series. And they really didn't. And it makes their 4th Game 5 loss of the spring.
Yes, it's just not for them.
They just have not succeeded. They have not had that composure. And if you don't move in day 2, you got to take a look at yourselves and be like, okay, what are we doing? And look at the next year and be like, okay, what do we really have to do to keep moving forward?
And that's the thing. We have no idea what these teams are going to look like.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of like next year and with all these sub-ins coming in sort of like end of season summer, we don't really know what these matchups are going to look like. And again, 2-year programs, a lot of these rosters change. So who knows if that could have been their last, this might be their last tournament for all we know. And so it does definitely hurt to lose on that. They definitely want it back, but it's not the end of the road for them for sure. It's just going to be, praying Sheridan loses a game, which with how they're looking, I think that's going to be tough.
If you're already preying on somebody that you lost to lose to, it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's going to be it for us. We want to wrap this up. That was a great series. Game 5, Sheridan takes the upset win. Joel with the call on that
Game number 1.
Thanks, guys, for having us. We'll be back later, but we'll be going to a short break, and we'll be back soon.
See you in game number 2.
everybody? Welcome back to Ontario Campus Carball. I'm joined here with Sean, and we have the second match of the day between Carleton and McMaster Gold. What do you think about this match?
It can go either way, to be honest. I think for my sake, I think Carleton is more favored than McMaster, but Carleton are playing with a sub, and thinking about that, I think maybe it could go game 5. Maybe the duo of Maple Bacon and Spoon could probably close us out.
Yeah, I think either way, I think it works in our favor. It works in the favor of this being a good game, with the fact that both of these teams aren't necessarily playing at their best. I've heard that McMaster Gold could be shuffling around players from their various teams to put together a roster for this. I hear Carleton's playing with a sub, so we don't fully know what it's going to entail, but I can only hope that it'll be like game number 1, where it goes to 4 or 5 games. We see competitive Rocket League. We see meaningful games. And overall, just a good show for everyone.
Yeah, I'd say the last game that we had on this stream earlier was a banger of a series. Sheridan Bruins versus Humber went to game 5. Sheridan closed it out. So I'm hoping that we get another game 5. I feel like I have Carleton in 5 or 4. I don't know what your take would be.
I say Carleton as well. I hope it's Carleton in 5, just because the more Rocket League, the better. But I think McMaster is the underdog, and I think they have the opportunity to prove themselves here. And I think the big question is, how will Carleton perform with the sub compared to the normal roster? But I think it's fair to expect that even with the sub, they'll come out ready to play and they'll put on a show.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I would also like to say that according to some people on the campuses, Jarkey has been using quick chat, so maybe he might try to get into Carleton's head a bit and see like how maybe it'll affect their mental, and maybe they turn the tide with that.
Yeah, quick chats are always fun. They also are both in the same room, just a couple doors down from us, and we were able to hear in game number 1 when the crowd when they would pop in there, they'd cheer really loudly when they score. And if we can hear it all the way from the caster's booth, they can sure hear it in that room. So maybe the loud cheering will get in the head of the other team. Maybe that's something that can work to the advantage of either McMaster or Carleton here.
Yeah, and they're sitting like kind of in front of each other, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe McMaster will just get up in their chair and be like, "Hey, we got you there." They're doing like so.
Yeah, it'll honestly, I wonder if the team that comes out quicker, the team that really gets that first step, is going to be the team to take this. So we'll see who comes out of the gate swinging.
Yeah, we'll see. Whoever takes game 1, momentum obviously in their favor. So as we are about to get in, I think
just waiting on both teams here to load up. But we'll be starting here in a minute. Honestly, so you said your prediction, Sean, was 3-1, or would you go the 4 or the 5?
I think I'd go 3-1 Carleton. I think they close it out in 4.
Okay, so yours is 3-1 Carleton. Mine is 3-2 Carleton. So we'll see if either of us have that come true here.
Or they just sweep and we're both wrong. So well, we'll see. It looks like the players are getting ready,
like probably one team looks like they're probably just waiting on confirmation. So we will see when we can get this in here. Do you have a player on each team that you are really looking at here?
Yeah, definitely 2 players from both sides. I think for Carleton, you obviously got to watch out for Maple Bacon, him and that sweet car of his that he likes to use. And obviously on the other side, I would say Frostbeard is also one to watch out for.
Oh, yes.
Definitely the leader of the McMaster team. But as we're about to head underway,
and here we go. First kickoff of the match, 1 here by Frostbeard. Ball into the corner, but immediately hit back the other way as Jark takes control, gets cut off there. As the ball comes back into the Carleton side, into the McMaster side, Frost gets a nice first touch. We're having a little bit of glitching with the nameplates. We don't have a clear idea of which players are who other than the one we're spectating, but we'll do our best here to keep the cast going. As the ball hit up in the midfield. Nice touch as Spoon puts it through. Nice play by Spoon here.
Yeah, you can see the control that he has there. Baits out Jark. Frostbeard tries to get it dunked, but he He gets dunked instead, and it's just a goal for Carleton, already starting off good, 30 seconds in.
Yeah, really good start for Carleton as they take advantage off a nice back pass as Jark takes better control. Jark over one. Does he have control? Over to Frostbeard. Frostbeard trying to put him out to the mid, but it does not get through as Nero tries to get the pass out to Frost. Frost with a nice 50, but there was a player on the Carleton side there to get a touch. Frost, though, cutting off that midfield pass. Both of the players on the Carleton side are falling back as Frost trying to keep some pressure, trying to get that leveling goal here, trying to put it out to the midfield, but nobody on his team there.
Oh, what a mind game.
What a ground pinch as Frostbeard puts it through, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, beautiful play from Frostbeard in the corner here. As you can see, he fakes the high, goes low, baits out the goalkeeper. Nothing they could do about it, and it's all tied up.
All tied up here. Both teams jawing for these opportunities. Both getting their quality chances. Jark in a 1v1. Jark with a 50, but Maple Bacon just gets the touch to keep it off target. Follow-up shot again, saved by Maple Bacon. Maple Bacon back the other way, pass up the midfield as Crit is up, but he gets blocked. Good chance there for Carleton to take the lead. And again, a save coming out by Spoon, I believe that was.
Yeah.
As Spoon gets the reset, but hit back the other way. Lots of back and forth Rocket League so far, Sean.
Yeah, I agree. So far, I've not really much possession from both sides of the field, but so far it looks like a chance is coming here for McMaster, but cleared out by Critzer.
Yeah, back into the corner here as the ball hit away up to Crit. Spoon to Crit, but controlled by Frostbeard. Frostbeard up high as Jark should be the first on that, but it takes a weird bounce. A Spoon can try to get it back in, but a good save again by Jark.
Yeah.
Ooh, little bit of whiffing in the midfield here as Jark gets a little bit of control. Ball back in the corner. Maple Bacon has to make a play on this as he tries to take control, taking it slow, gets a nice beat on one. Second is there, pinches it out mid, but Jark beats out either. That was a nice, strong opportunity there towards the Carleton side as it drops to Frostbeard, but I think that little touch by Nero was just a little bit confusing on the side of Frostbeard.
Yeah, I agree. So far, though, McMaster kind of exceeding my expectations. I can't lie. So far, keeping the possession in the orange half, as I say that, though. Spoon gets a nice clear. Does he have an open end? No, Nero does get back. Tries to beat out one. Great clear. Wifty in the kind of midfield. It's a little back and forth here. Frostbeard kind of bangs it out. Maple Bacon tries to find, I think it's Spoon. Crit into midfield. Big Wing is there, but off the crossbar.
Ooh, a little too much power on that one. You want to have that one back if you're Carleton, as that was the best opportunity you've seen from them in the second half of this game. As Spoon trying to contest from the sidewalk, gets beat out though, as Nero just puts it in deep. No support there from his team. Frostbeard though up the wall, gets beat up by Crit. Crit with a little bit of time, little bit of space, trying to get the beat on one, putting up the pressure, but the follow-up is just a little bit late as it's hit off of the front of the net there by McMaster.
Yeah, it's turning into more favorable for Carleton. Frostbeard with the reset, doesn't get much on it. Crit tries to flick, doesn't get much power on it. It's back into blue possession. This is a kind of a dangerous part. Jark going for the bump. A little miscommunication from McMaster. Maybe Bacon has 10 boosts. Going with full boost Crit. He does get a touch. It's right back into the possession of the blue player, but this shot is off. 50 from Jark. I like how they're keeping possession. However,
yeah, Carleton's able to clear it out. Will they get some more sustained opportunity here? That was a nice touch by Spoon, but cut off by Nero. But Nero beat up by Crit as the ball coming over to the midfield, popped up by Spoon. Down off the corner. Bow shot there by Carleton, followed up by Carleton, a beautiful save.
yeah, what a save.
And now Jark trying to counterattack, had to stop to grab the boost. A little awkward on that ball. Pops up high in the midfield, cut off immediately by Carleton. As Carleton trying to keep the pressure, 30 seconds, they're trying to get that goal. They don't want overtime here, but we'll see if they can get that done.
Yeah, a couple chances for both sides. Spoon, or Maple Bacon also hitting the crossbar earlier in the game. Maybe that could have been the difference. Spoon trying again. Oh no, that's Maple Bacon, sorry. Spoon does get the clear. Possession in favor of McMaster. Frostbeard does take control. There's dribbling on his car. Gets demoed. Jark keeping the ball in play, trying to get a midfield pass straight to Nero. Cleared out by Spoon. Spoon kind of 1v1. Gilsey gets a reset midfield. Crit is there with the shot. It's wide. Spoon keeps it in. Clear it out. 0 seconds. We have overtime.
Overtime here in game number 1. Both teams having pretty equal possession, pretty equal opportunities. As an immediate shot by Nero off target though. As coming back the other way is Carlton. They got away with one there, but Nero able to keep possession. Nero the Frost to the corner. Frost trying to put that one out mid, but Carlton kind of did it for them, but the shot is off target. And now back the other way comes Carlton. Nice play from Crit pass 1. Nice play from Crit pass 2. Off the back wall. Follow-up shot not quite there. Crit does all the work, but nobody there to finish.
Yeah, such a good play by Crit. Unfortunately, the second man was just a bit too far back. I didn't think would be able to get through, I feel like. But now it's back into the orange half. Carlton are getting chances. They're just not converting them. Maple Bacon trying to play 50 here. Just a whiff. Keeping the ball close. I like this play from Maple Bacon. Does keep it, but Frostbeard will able to clear. Spoon cuts it off in the midfield, trying to lead this to ground. As Neuro tries to play it back. So far, who do you think is favored in this?
Overtime's favored Carlton. The McMaster had that one early opportunity, but other than that, it's been mostly Carlton. But we'll see, as it's been back and forth all game. We're only a minute in, and this is a beautiful opportunity for McMaster, but a good cutoff. I couldn't see which defender it was on Carlton that got the touch there, but they were able to stop that sure opportunity. And now Frostbeard awkwardly trying to keep possession, trying to get it to his teammate, but is again cut off. A little bit of pressure for Carlton as Spoon trying to turn on this one, but he can't quite do so. Back though to Maple Bacon. Maple Bacon over to Crit, but Crit can't. Over to Spoon, sorry. But now it's to Crit. Crit up the sidewall with that nice pinch. But I believe that's going to get brought in. Yeah, brought in.
Reset.
That's a nice reset.
Wait,
follow-up is not there. The shot is wide and the follow-up is late. Both teams having crazy opportunities, but neither team has been able to control it to get that goal. That's a nice flick, but a nice save as well by Neuro. Now Neuro back the other way. A little bit of time, but cut off again. Both teams have had one golden opportunity where the follow-up is just not there. Who will be the one to finally convert on all these opportunities here? As Spoon into the corner, trying to get his own read, but a nice clear on the side of McMaster. As Jark trying to get this one up to team. Frost with a nice touch. Frost had a great first touch, but without the boost to follow it up. As Jark follows this one in. Jark off the back wall, but again blocked out. The defense from both sides holding strong. The opportunity is not as strong as either team we're hoping for, but we still square here as we've played half an additional game here.
Yeah, so far I feel like McMaster are due for a goal. They've had it in Soren Chat for quite a bit. Maybe they get a chance here unless Carlton do get on the counterattack. Spoon, 0 boost, cleared to the side. I think Nero's going to take it for a dribble. See if he can get a 50 here. Yes, he does. Frostbeard coming to help. Frostbeard with a chance. Does he go for the bump? Frostbeard, the shot from Jark with the 50, and he gets it through. 3 minutes into overtime, and McMaster have the first game.
Yeah, what a play from Frost. He baited the entire team in and forced a not favorable 50. And that meant the follow-up from Jark was just 3 players who essentially jumping around, flailing to try to get that save. And McMaster take game number 1.
Yeah, and you can see in the quick chat there, you saw Jark already typing away something about 34 pounds. So, yeah, it seems like they're chirping up. They have the first game. They have the advantage. And that's something I wouldn't have expected. I didn't expect McMaster to come out with all that power.
This is looking close. We were hoping it would be close. It looks close. And
yeah, it looks close.
That game, like, plenty of opportunities that didn't go the way of either team. Whichever team converts on their chances is going to take these games.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if they settle in game 2, because there were plenty of opportunities where the first man had very little support from the follow. So maybe there'll be some more support on those chances here in game number 2. Kickoff won by McMaster, but a little bit of a bump out kind of helped Carlton there, as it almost looked like there could be a kickoff goal, as Crit is the first to get true control here, but he immediately gives it away. Would again given away to Maple Bacon. Very limited control so far. Lots of boomer ball with limited follow.
Yeah.
As Crit puts this one down to side. Jark is on, but he can't get a good touch. A nice pinch coming out from Maple Bacon as Crit is trying to be a nuisance as the ball pops up. Frostbeard, though, a rare miss on him. He did not read it going there as the ball drops down for Crit. Crit with some time. Crit with some space. Crit trying to put that one front. Can't quite do so. And the follow-up is just not on an angle to be able to get that ball on target. Jark, though, with a nice clear, as a little bit of pressure here coming from McMaster, trying to be the ones to get that first goal. A nice beat by Jark, and a nice beat by Neuro. That was a beautiful touch. Neuro with the follow-up shot! Neuro with the fantastic solo play to put that through.
And again, they have not skipped a beat so far, McMaster. They've kept the pressure, momentum from game 1, and they've converted to a goal here in game 2.
Yeah, and they did not look the strongest in that first minute. Lots of Carleton opportunity, but Carleton didn't capitalize. McMaster did. And if you're McMaster, if you're a Carleton, you need to win this game because you don't want to be the ones trying to come back from a sweep.
Yeah, if it's 2-0, it kind of gets a little ropey if you're Carleton. You really need to get this game. And I feel like if it does go 2-0, then one of our predictions would be right, one of them's wrong. But Kurt on the ball, does have a 1v1. Does he get it through? Yes, he does. We have a tie game.
Tie game off of the Carleton substitute Crit coming in, stepping up for his team. A nice little bounce dribble. Frostbeard finds himself backing up into the net. Not enough space to make the save. And we're all tied up here with 3:30 to play.
30 Frost lock in from Jark. As you can see, he's talking in the chat. Maple Bacon has the reset, gets the beat. Does he have the shot? No, it's saved by Jark. Spoon doesn't get the read. Kind of steals the boost, but has possession. Jark there to meet him. Neuro taking time. Trying to play a 50 here. Gets help from Frostbeard. More pressure. Maybe a goal for here, but not enough boost on the side of McMaster to put much opportunity. Jark, however, trying to cause chaos on the back line. Stealing boost, stealing everything. Frostbeard into midfield, doesn't get it through. Clear out from Spoon as Neuro guides into the corner wall. Frost trying to keep the pressure on for McMaster. I feel like most of the possession has been favored of McMaster. However, I feel like Carleton has had their opportunities. As they get one here, it's saved by Frostbeard. But as I was saying, I feel like the pressure from Carleton could come through. As a bump comes here, a shot, surely not, it's not in.
That is an unfortunate miss on the side of Carleton. They've been more of the counter-attacking team this game.
Yeah.
They haven't held the possession, but they've had the counter-attacks when it matters. As the ball popped up by Carleton, looking for the double tap out to the midfield, follow-up shot! What a fantastic save coming out from Gold. As Neuro gets cut off by Bacon. Bacon off the backboard, down to the middle, but he can't quite get it through.
Lucky there. McMaster does have it in the half again. The thing is, though, with McMaster, they do have the pressure of this half, but sometimes I see players that are on 0 boost, and one of them has the full boost, so it's kind of just leading to some dead opportunities. But Carleton on the counter-attack have been looking kind of deadly. I feel like if they are able to keep pressure into this side of the field, I feel like they could probably get some goals scored on here.
Yeah.
As we have a 1v1 here.
Oh, ball hit into the corner wall there as the ball pops up for McMaster. A nice touch by Frostbeard. A bit of an awkward mid-touch by Maple. Nobody there to follow as Jark is there to touch. But Spoon stays on it. Spoon to
Double
Maple.
tap.
Maple to the net. Nice double through. And Carleton come back from the 1-0 deficit to take a 2-1 lead.
Oh, I thought Spoon got the reset there. However, he just leaves it for Maple Bacon, going for the backboard double. Sees the backboard open, punishes it. Lethal from Maple Bacon.
Yeah, what a play from Maple Bacon as he reads that hit from Spoon. That coordination that we were talking about between those two comes up big. And now if you're a Frostbeard and the Carleton side, you got to get something going here. You got to try to get that lead back, get that game back squared up here with a minute to play. As Frost into the corner, bit of a 50 down. Neuro has able to have one. Neuro looking for a second, can't quite do it. As the ball just kind of floating. Maple able to get it clear, but not with much power as Frost hits to the side. Quick up by Spoon, but he doesn't read it as Neuro again with control. Neuro trying to put it mid. Neuro is having himself a heck of a game. It would be a shame if McMaster was unable to take advantage of that. Nice touch from Crit though.
Oh, can he
Crit
dish it
with
down?
the
Oh, what a play!
Wow, Crit. What a play by Crit. He did all the work to get this one dropping mid, and Maple Bacon is there to tap it in. What a play as Carleton take a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, that is brilliant play from Crit. Maple Bacon's fan calculated in the chat. He definitely meant to free jump that as McMaster do a double kickoff here, trying to get some momentum here. They got 30 seconds to get 2 goals, but it looks like another shot on target from Spoon. That might be the game, unless I've seen crazier things.
Yeah, it kind of feels like McMaster went down 2-1 with a minute left, over-aggressed to try to tie it up, and has given up 2 goals in the attempt.
Yeah, but that's the risk you have to take sometimes if you want to get a goal and get some back. But we're talking in the chat from both sides as Frostbeard should get the kickoff goal. Nope, denied by Kritzer. 30 seconds left. This game's kind of winding down.
Yeah, Crit to Maple, Maple to mid, but Neuro's there to cut it off. They're playing for pride at this point. It's highly unlikely either team will be the ones to put it to make a difference here. But we will see. As a nice touch there from Spoon to Maple Bacon. Maple Bacon back to Crit. Crit to the back wall, back out. But a little miss on that last pass, last touch of the passing play.
That's unlucky. But
as both teams are kind of just playing for fun, playing for pride here, trying to get that 0-second goal. Maple Bacon with control, beats one, looking for the double tap, but a nice touch on the back wall by Jark.
Yeah.
As he will let that drop. Little bit of the pride there, not letting the 0-second goal, but we're all tied up here heading into game 3.
Yeah, it's a statement game from Carleton, a 4-1 here. They should have won that overtime, I feel like, but it doesn't matter here. They got the win here. I feel like now we have a game on our hands.
Yep, it takes the best of 5, makes it a best of 3. And if you're Carleton, you're happy with that because now the momentum's on your side. The shots were heavily Carleton favored with 10 shots compared to only 5. So Carleton clearly was shooting more, even if the possession wasn't fully in their favor the whole game. They were at least getting more opportunities. And so if you're the side of McMaster, you got to get those shots up because it's hard to win a game when you're outshot twice.
Yeah, if you're outshot, if you only had 5 shots, something's up with your attack. But we'll see how they do in game 3 here. 1-1, so whoever wins this is going to be on match point as we have to kick off here.
Yep, kick off. 1 to Frostbeard. Frostbeard in the 1v1. Frostbeard with the flick, but a good save there. Coming out from Crit. Crit to Maple Bacon, but Maple Bacon's cut off here. Maple Bacon, nice tap out. Crit is up, but he's low boost. And that opportunity is squandered by the lack of boost here as Maple Bacon from his own corner gets a nice read on 1, gets a nice read on 2. Can't put it through, though, as Frostbeard counters back the other way. Little bit of a team bump there. Neuro trying to take advantage of it, but he can't quite do so here. Ball coming out of the Carleton end. Crit with some control. Crit with some space. Crit with a nice touch. Little bit of uncertainty about where that was going as Spoon will get this picked up. Spoon with the solo. Spoon under 1 with the reset. Over to Maple, but Maple missed on his shot. That was a golden opportunity for Carleton that was squandered. Ball popping up in the midfield.
Awkward.
Might be on target, but a good touch there coming out from Jark. Spoon trying to get a touch here in the corner. Can't quite do so. Opts for the back pass here. And 1 minute in, both teams had opportunities, but the finishing has not really been the strongest for either team.
Yeah, especially I feel like Maple Bacon shooting. You should go back to game 1 where you hit that crossbar in, I think, overtime. But as we get here, he's had that double tap. He's kind of feeling himself a little bit. He just needs to get the shooting right. But so far, full possession in the favor of Carleton. Is that net open? Maple Bacon's not ready for it.
Yeah, that's another opportunity where the support just wasn't there. That went right along the goal line. No quick clear out, and that's when you got to score if you're Carleton.
Yeah, Maple Bacon was there. I think he was just backwards, it looked like.
Jark, rare little whiff on that solo. You'd think he would be able to get up and control that, but instead he gives it away. But luckily Frostbeard is there. Frostbeard trying to get the beat on 1. Can't quite do so here. As ball into the corner. Back out to the midfield. Jark keeping it in. Jark to Neuro. Neuro to Jark. As Crit trying to be the one to cut that off. Coming out as Crit, but he gets 50'd off the ceiling. Maple Bacon, though, trying to push, trying to get some pressure for Carleton as McMaster has picked up the pace, picked up the opportunities here in the last minute.
Yeah, I agree. So far, Carleton looking like they have the better opportunities in this game so far. However, on the attack right now, as the shot should come in here. Frostbeard's shot is denied by Maple Bacon. Yeah. Frostbeard trying to redirect. He just fakes it for Jark and it's just in. Wait, what happened?
What happened in the net here? This is a rare, quiet goal. Maple Bacon jumps, realizes he isn't hitting it, and can't get back to it.
Yeah.
So he was jumping under, I assume the guys that there was going to be another touch in the air, and that touch never came. And it
Yeah,
just drops
I think he just pre-jumped it. I wouldn't pre-jump that if I were Maple Bacon, but Crit might just answer back here with a shot. What a placement from Kritzer. He's actually been stunning so far in this series.
Crit has been absolutely excellent. He gets a nice read on this to put it far side. Not really the touch that the defenders on McMaster were expecting. And we're all tied up here with half the game to play. And that is how you counter. You counter quickly, and you do it so that they don't hold the lead for very much time at all.
Yeah.
As now Carleton has to try to get one more to tie her up. As Jarkus says no, puts this into corner. Jark with the pinch out into the midfield. There's a pop-up there for Neuro, but it's just off, and the follow-up is high. Ball floating up there. Nice touch from Frostbeard. Frostbeard cut off by Spoon. Neuro, though, gets one into the corner wall here. But again, cleared out by Crit. Both teams jarring for that next big opportunity. Corner wall for Frost, though, to jar. Back to Neuro. Neuro looking for the double off the sidewall. Gets it. Looking for one more towards net. Off backward. Follow-up shot! And Jark puts it through. And McMaster takes a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, brilliant play here from Neuro off the backboard. Doesn't go for the shot. I think Carleton were expecting a Jark with the placement just below the defender, and a 2-1 lead for McMaster Gold.
Yeah, McMaster is playing fantastic. They just need to hold for another minute 45 here, and they take a 2-1 lead. We'll see if they have it in them here, because this Carleton team is going to press. They're going to try to get that tying goal here. And a minute 35 is a long time in Rocket League to play with the lead.
Yeah, I agree. And they're on the attack here. Maybe a chance here. Neuro kind of awkward. Does get the read, though. Maybe was trying to drop that down. Crit into the midfield, trying to dish it through. Kind of gets it early. Maple Bacon with the chance, and he just can't get it through. What is going on with this offense?
Yeah, Maple Bacon is not getting that touch, being a bit awkward at the midfield. And that is another situation where the pass is there, but the finish is not. And that has been Carleton's issue this entire series. They get the ball mid, they get the passes they're looking for, but they can't convert on them. Yeah. Frostbeard, though, trying to put the dagger, trying to get this out and kill more time off the clock for McMaster. He follows this up mid, kind of awkward. Jark with the shot, and it's a 3-1 lead for McMaster.
Yeah, they're running away with it now. Less than a minute left. Here, Carleton down 2. Series is kind of looking a little ropey. They need some goals here. They need a goal now, or it's kind of over in this game 3.
Yeah, this has been a very strong game for Mac, as they only need to hold for another 45. They know how much value comes from a 2-1 lead in a best of 5, and they need that here.
Oh,
but
Crit!
A great shot from Crit. And McMaster shows they never go away. They never quit. As Crit with a nice side flip flick past the 1 and the follow-up shot past the 2nd. Solo play out from his own end, and Crit makes something out of nothing and brings the lead to within 1.
Yeah, I mean, Crit so far, the substitute for Carleton has been showing out. And it really depends. Crit, midfield passes, Maple Bacon there, pre-jumps early by Neuro.
Yeah, well, that was almost fantastic from Crit, going for the musty to try to put it mid. And McMaster is just trying to hold here as Carleton presses. Nice demo from Maple Bacon, but a whiff by Spoon and a bit of a missed touch by Crit. They look a little bit shaky here as we come to the final 10. Nice hit up. Can Crit tip this mid? He can, but with limited power, and I don't think Maple Bacon was expecting it.
No, they needed the ball stay up. Maple Bacon is there. That ball doesn't stay up for long. McMaster have game 3, and they're on match point.
Yeah, match point for McMaster, the underdog here. And your prediction has already been voided.
Yeah, my prediction's gone. So far, McMaster is actually surprising me at the moment, and your prediction's obviously still up. So maybe we could see game 5. Carleton do need to win this game, and I feel like they just need to get their opportunities. They have the opportunities to score, but they're not converting it.
It's brutal seeing Maple Bacon with only 163 points, especially because there were like 3 opportunities for him to put a goal through. So they just need to capitalize on those opportunities. The positive story is Crit as their sub is doing work for them. So Spoon and Maple Bacon start connecting, and this is absolutely winnable for Carleton.
Yeah, I agree. The substitute obviously standing out so far for me on this Carleton team. And for me on McMaster, I think Jark has been playing very good for what he's from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, Jark has been excellent. Frost has been excellent. Crit has been excellent. Yeah. I think there's more to show for Spoon and Maple Bacon.
100%.
They need to start connecting. They need to play well, and they can bring themselves back into this. But here we go. Game 4. Must-win game if you're Carleton, as they try to bring this one tied up to force a Game 5. But Neuro coming out from the side says no to the opportunity of that, as the ball bouncing out to the midfield. Spoon with a nice ground pinch, forcing out a tough save for, I believe that was Frost. Frost, though, with control. Crit there cutting it off. Crit trying to be a little bit of a nuisance here, forcing early challenges, not really the touches they're hoping for.
Oh, beautiful.
As a beautiful play from Maple Bacon, and a beautiful bump, I believe, in the net there.
There was a bump there. Crit, you can kind of see it on the replay. Crit, look at that bump on Jark there. He kind of just bodying him out the way for Maple Bacon to get that goal. That's what you need if you're Carleton. You need to get this lead early. You need to sustain this lead early if you want to see that Game 5.
Yeah, Crit with the T-bone collision in front of the net to block that through. And it's a good lead if you're Carleton, but they've had the lead before and squandered it. They need to hold this one. As Frost trying to tie this one up, trying to put some pressure on Frost to Neuro. Neuro to Jark. Jark going for the bump, though. Jark forcing one out of net as that ball goes high. But again, read there by Crit. A good read to not allow that clean bounce off the backboard. Follow up from Jark, just off target, but a great bump follow up by Neuro. And Neuro ties it up with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, that lead did not last long. Beautiful play coming out from McMaster here. Crit kind of just going past the ball, moving and bumped out the way, and a beautiful shot from Neuro there. Tie up this game. They want to close it out.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far, and that was exactly what they wanted if you were on the side of McMaster, as they now bring a bit more control back into the game. Crit, though, trying to get this one back in favor of Carleton quickly, but Frost takes some control. Frost tries to get that one through, can't quite do so, but a nice follow-up touch there from Jark. Jark to Frost, Frost to the corner. Corner to Neuro, Neuro to mid, mid to Jark. Jark doesn't get that touch. That is a very surprising miss by Jark. And now Maple Bacon with a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try to go back the other way, but can't quite do so. Frost, though, with some control. Frost pinch. I believe that was a mid-air pinch off the post. Almost through on its own, but not quite. As almost the opportunity there for McMaster. But a great pass in mid, but a fantastic save from Spoon. From Neuro, sorry.
It's a beautiful save coming out from Neuro. As you can see now on the offense. They're trying to transition. It's a little bit miscommunication coming out from Carleton. They've had a couple of chances where there's a couple cars I see that are all piled up on top of each other. No one's going for the ball. However, can they pull this through? Oh, a miss there. Maple Bacon gets the 50 with Frost and clear out. Jark will just choose to play it back, keep the possession. So far, it's kind of been a quiet game. More opportunities from Carleton. They just need to score, man. It's just...
Yeah, it's the same story as in prior, where the opportunities are not the issue. It's the scoring that is. Beautiful shot, but an even better save from Maple Bacon. Great demo. Spoon with some time, Spoon with some space, but Neuro coming back to be the one to cut that one off. Maple Bacon going for the double here off the sidewall, gets it clear, up to Spoon. Spoon kind of into the corner, can't quite get it there, though, as Neuro back from his own end. Neuro gets beat up by Crit. Crit with the solo, and Crit puts it through and gives Carleton the lead here with 2:09 to play.
Giving Carleton hope. Their clutch playmaker so far, Crit, taking out the entire team, getting that second touch, able to beat out the defender. They have the lead again, but how long will that last?
Leads have not been safe in this entire series, particularly with the way McMaster's been able to quickly counter, as Frostbeard trying to challenge one into the corner here. Pop up for Jark. Jark with another touch. Can't quite get another touch out mid. Little bit of an awkward save here, but it does make it to corner successfully. Frost trying to put this one out into the midfield, but I believe Neuro does, but Jark hits the crossbar. Tragic for Jark as they fight to try to find this tie in goal.
They're
Jark can't
one-on-one
do
on crossbars.
Neuro out to Frost. Frost, though, get cut off by Maple Bacon, and Jark forced into kind of an awkward save position. Spoon with the shot, Neuro with the save, but Spoon with the follow-up, and it's a 3-1 lead here for Carleton.
Yeah, it's a much-needed insurance goal there for Carleton. A beautiful bump, Maple Bacon going for the bumps there, and kind of awkward in net for the entirety of McMaster Gold. 3-1 lead here for Carleton. They have a chance here. The fake kickoff comes out. Neuro banks to the wall, follows up his own touch, tries to get the midfield pass. Frostbeard cuts it out. Demo coming on to Jark, and the entire two people go from Carleton, but it does work out. Frostbeard has control. They need a goal now. They want to keep the lead close.
Yeah, this is looking a little dire here for the side of Carleton, for the side of McMaster. 2-goal lead. Lots of back and forth ball, but limited opportunities here as they need 2 to tie. And if this goes the way of Carleton, we will have game 5 here between these two squads where it's fully up in the air. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and honestly, it will depend on who's more pulled the dice on either side to close out that game 5 if we get to it. The lead is not safe, especially a 2-goal lead with 30 seconds left. As a shot coming here, and Frostbeard reached the post, and just like that, it's a 1-goal game. Less than 30 seconds left.
They needed a goal quickly to give themselves that time to try to square it up. And 26 seconds, it's not a lot of time, but it's enough. And if you're Carleton, you've got a hold here. If this goes OT with McMaster possession, momentum, that's really, really hard to deal with if you're the side of Carleton. But Carleton says it might look close, but we're immediately going to gain that 2-goal lead back. A nice kickoff play, and Maple Bacon walks the dog home.
Yeah, a little. They were trying to get over aggressive, I feel like, for McMaster Gold there. The third man wasn't back. 20 seconds left, 2-goal lead restored for Carleton. As Crit looking to keep the possession, trying to kill the time. They want to see game 5. 13 seconds left. We might be heading there. 10 seconds left. Maple Bacon clearing it out the way. Has a chance. Beats 1. Chance not there. 3 seconds left. No chance for a comeback. We have game 5, Aiden.
Yeah, game 5. And there's been a game 5 in both casted series so far.
Yeah,
so we have had no disappointing Rocket League, no blowouts, and game 5 between Carleton and McMaster Gold. And we couldn't ask for more drama.
Yeah, and your prediction might be right still. Like, Carleton could win this out. I think Spoon went to go change cars. Maybe he wasn't feeling that sky blue effluenter you get for free. So I feel like maybe he went to change cars or something happened. But going into game 5, who do you think this favors?
I got to go Carleton. I want my prediction to come true.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't count McMaster out. They have been pesky, and Carleton's consistency with finishing their opportunities has been lacking, and I could see that biting them in game 5. So it can go either way. I'm going to side Carleton because I want to see my prediction come true, but anything can happen here.
Yeah, really anything can happen here. McMaster so far has been impressing. They have kept it very close with Carleton, and we both said that Carleton would win. So if McMaster comes out and wins this, then good job on them. They've done a very good job from this entire team. But as we're loading up into game 5, it all comes down to this. Winner will go up in the group, and the loser will have to pray. Results go their way. As Maple Bacon off the kickoff.
Yeah, Spoon puts it in off the kickoff of a pass from Maple Bacon. And that's a really good start if you're Carleton.
Yeah, no, Spoon switching to the Octane. I think so far, it seems like he's felt a lot better in that car. And a 1-0 lead, 5 seconds in for Carleton. It's a good start in game 5. It's something you need, but Frostbeard can answer right back here with the flick, with the 50, with the fake. Where's the shot? Jark going for the reset, faking for Neuro, but that chance is kind of wasted. Crit, 0 boost. And they know that he just leaves it for Frostbeard to 50. Spoon diving in for more pressure. So far, coming out the gates hot is Carleton, as another demo coming in the way. blue half. Neuro getting bumped. Probably will get the beat here. Gets the last man out. Maplebacon has to guide safely to corner. A little miss there from... Oh, another miss from Neuro there. Back pass to Crit. Crit trying to get the last beat there. Maplebacon bangs it out. Crit trying to find Maplebacon back, but there's barely any boost between both of them. Maplebacon had to go back all the way to their corner for that boost. Neuro clearing out to the side there.
Yeah, game has kind of quieted down since that very, very early kickoff goal on the side of Carleton here. McMaster trying to press, trying to be that difference maker as Frostbeard with a nice touch. Follow up there from Jark. Jark beats out all of Carleton, but a nice save there coming out on the side of Carleton as Maplebacon trying to counter back the other way. Cut off by Frostbeard, 50 slightly in Carleton favor, but picked up by Nero. Nero with a nice beat on one. Jark is up, but a great block on the back wall there by Spoon. As it coming back is Frostbeard, able to get that one cleared back in. Bit of sustained pressure on the side of McMaster, trying to get that goal, trying to square this game up. But will they be able to do so here? Frost to the side. Frost following it up. Frost with a nice touch. Backboard down. Follow up and a beautiful save from Maplebacon.
Yeah.
Carleton holding strong as McMaster's onslaught to try to tie this one up continues.
Yeah, what a brilliant save there from Maplebacon. I feel like he's woken up slightly. That's not what you want to see if you're a McMaster fan. You want to see Maplebacon doing more on the sides. Another shot on target from Frostbeard, saved out by Spoon. Spoon, free ball, gets the beat, has the flip, goes for the reset with the shot, saved by Neuro. It's still on though. Another bump. Maplebacon is backwards though. Just put the shot. What a demo, but what a save from Frostbeard. More pressure coming on for Carleton as another beat there, another 50 there. It's been mainly so far Carleton keeping this pressure very well.
Yeah, McMaster onslaught into Carleton onslaught, but neither team able to get that goal. You're content with that though if you're Carleton as they hold the 1-0 lead. Spoon with a little bit of control though, hit from Frostbeard. Frostbeard wishing he hit that one on target as the follow-up is just a little bit late as Maplebacon allows the time to get back.
Yeah, I don't think he's realized that net was more open than he thought, Frostbeard. Spoon, more control of the ball, cut out by Neuro. Neuro trying to play 50 here. Does get it. Another beat out there. No one on the backboard. Is that shot on? No. But there's the shot. There's no shot.
No shot because of a beautiful demo onto Nero. That was almost devastating. Great follow from Nero, but again cut off. The defense on Carleton holding strong here as we come into the final minute 30. Jark trying to slow it down, trying to take some time. He has that to side, but he's being shadowed immediately by Maple. But Maple can't stop him though. He's limited boost, which means he's kind of a giveaway back to Carleton, but Neuro up to Reed. Neuro cut off by Spoon. Spoon with a little bit of control. Spoon to Maple. Maple to net.
What a save! What a brilliant save from Jark right there. Keeps them alive. They have a chance again. Now they're on the attack. Another beat out there with Spoon in the 1v1. Spoon versus Jark. Kind of just gets let go. Jark was able to clear it to safety. Now Maplebacon looking for that sidewall double, doesn't get it. Instead, it spills right out into the midfield. Frostbeard pre-jumping. The shot there is wide. Neuro with a chance there to kind of tie it up.
Yeah, McMaster pressing, and they've had chances. But as the clock ticks away, it's becoming more difficult. 40 seconds here as both teams missing on their opportunities. Neuro with a little bit of time. Neuro gets a nice touch past one. Neuro back to Jark. Jark trying to get that touch, can't do so. Frostbeard even 50, but Maple gets control. Maple to Spoon to clear. And now 20 seconds for McMaster to try to do something here. But it's been endless pressure and a 2-0 goal for Maplebacon as Carleton takes that pivotal 2-goal lead with just 14 seconds to play.
Yeah, you're going to probably see them guide this one out. I would say 14 seconds. They have a little bit of time. If they get a kickoff goal here, there is a chance. It spills right out. They fake out. Neuro trying to get this ball moving. Has to get it across as soon as possible, but he won't be able to. There's 5 seconds left. Carleton survive.
Yeah, Carleton, they were put in awkward spots. They had to fight to get past McMaster Gold, but they do it with a 3-2 series win. It was the predicted outcome, but it was probably closer than some people would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I originally said it was going to go to Game 5, but I retracted and said it went to Game 4. But it went to Game 5. You were right, Aiden.
Yeah, I predicted correctly, which is a bit surprising. I'm not usually the best at getting that, but I have been very happy to see both games so far casted in this booth going to a Game 5. So we will take a short break here, and then we will be back for a match between Carleton and OTU. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
If it is, then we're talking about.
Yeah, I think he would come up.
Talking about Liquipedia, so
Imagine.
we're just hot mic. We're just
are we
chilling.
just sending it? Oh, we're good.
Oh,
Hey,
we
there we are.
are!
I don't know how much of that you
Hey!
heard, but welcome back to the Ontario Collegiate Campus.
Oh, he's over there.
Carball.
He was staring at us. He was staring at us for a little bit. It's
Oh,
okay.
so it's on us.
He's
All right.
back.
Well, yeah, we're back. We're into game number 3 now. We had
Yes.
quite a few matches. The first game was obviously very, very competitive,
Mhm.
and there's been quite a few off stream that have been that have gone the distance. So as we have it here, we have Ontario Tech versus Carleton. University Esports. It's their only team.
University,
So
yeah,
it's
it's their only
Carleton.
team here.
It's the main team.
It's
minus
Carleton.
1.
It's Carleton.
It's Carleton, exactly. And the big thing here is going to be the difference between getting into that day 2. And from what we've already identified, Ontario Tech is going to need a blowout here, sort of. They want a strong 3-0, 3-1 for a clear day 2 here from what we looked into it. And if not, it gets a little dicey with, that game 5.
Yeah, after that, we did a little bit of math here, but really it's just comes down to you want to win.
Yes.
If you're Ontario Tech, you want to win. You don't want to leave anything up to chance. Unfortunately, they played Sheridan at their second game that was off stream.
They take a win.
They took a game.
Almost 2.
And here is Carleton with a fantastic start.
Dude.
Carleton able to great off the backboard, a great shot. Maple Bacon, great 50 off of Lucid. JDS gets bumped a little bit. And Spoon is the first one there off the backboard, able to put that one away. 20 seconds in, 1-0 start for Carleton. And I don't know if you want to mention the difference in Carleton rosters.
Yes.
But this is a very different Carleton roster than what we're used to.
Yeah, so basically, normally this would be Carleton number 6 versus Ontario Tech number 11. Again, that's a lot closer than what those numbers say. However, that would be with their main roster. So typically we have Spoon, Maple Bacon, and Collabster. They're very consistent with that main roster. 2 top 6s in the fall and winter major. But now they actually have Craig stepping up for us as we see Crit in game. Probably call him Crit or Craig, but that is their sub on the day. And you know, a lot of teams you can kind of put in a sub and it is going to affect that one player a lot, obviously. But Carleton really, we've identified, they really are the kind of team that they play off each other very well. They love their demos. They love their cuts. They play very aggressive passes in field. And from what I've seen with Craig, they just don't have that same level that they had with Collabster. And so, you know, they've started off the game strong with a goal, but that might end up hindering them a little bit here in this matchup against Ontario Tech.
We could see again another sort of like upset or the underdog sort of thing. They take that first game, as OTU tries to adapt. And I've watched a couple of the teams. I've watched OTU. I've watched we sat in the pit a little bit. In the last between the last series, we wanted to see what was going on. And we saw OTU play. We saw Carleton play. Crit, he's been a fantastic addition. They went to game 5 with McMaster.
Even for the vibes.
Even for the vibes.
He's
been fantastic communicative. So honestly, man, I could see this going either way. OTU has looked a little iffy at times, but we will see as Lucid will take possession of it, throw it into the corner. It's going to be cleared away, but now Carleton with it, a double commit up the field. Crit is going to take it into the corner, the sub that we have talked about a little bit at length, and Spoon up towards the backboard. Crimson just going to be cleared away, and OTU haven't really found anything.
They're taking their
still
time.
Down 1 with a lot of time left. That's not great, to be honest, but they need to find possession. They need to start moving in offense a little bit here.
Yeah, and Ontario Tech. So the thing with this team is I find they always play up to the team that they're playing against. So for example, the Sheridan matchup, close to taking 2 games off them there. They're definitely competitive there. Whereas I don't know if they have that same stomp potential. Obviously they have the potential for it, but they haven't showed it in the results that they've gotten. They're a very fundamentally fast team and everything like that, but they could do well. They just haven't gotten the results in OCC that they want. As I say at Lucid, scores 1 to equalize here.
Lucid breaks to the midfield. Maple Bacon, not a great touch. And, just got the open laneway to slot that one home. I wish we were a little more excited for that, but there isn't really there isn't really anything to be excited about. No. Lucid just kind of slots that into the open net. It's a 1-1 game. A little bit of a midfield breakdown, and there's another one right off kickoff. Spoon has got his second of the game so far. It's 2-1.
It might be the kickoff merchant. I believe the first one was off pretty early too. I don't know directly off kickoff.
It was 20 seconds.
Yeah, okay, not quite, but he's sort of a kickoff merchant. I mean, obviously we have experience playing them. But on the other side of things, I also want to mention Ontario Tech. So they've played some different rosters throughout the season as well. You might see Dexter in there occasionally, but this definitely is their bread and butter. JDS and Crimson been with the program for a while. JDS was actually previously with Durham for a few seasons. Now at Ontario Tech, and him and Crimson definitely have high potential. And JDS definitely the man in the match to look out for, and then Maple Bacon on the side of Carleton for sure. Lucid, their new addition, coming in, fitting in well, definitely mechanical, but I don't think their third falls off quite as hard as Carleton does in this matchup. Not to say he hasn't been playing his role, doing his thing, but I think they have the advantage just in terms of just raw mechanical skill, which will help.
Yeah, obviously helps as Lucid misses the ball.
They're down right now.
Still not able to. Yeah, they have the mechanical ability, just to build off of it a little bit. They have that mechanical ability. They are quick. They are able to kind of slow down their opponents, no matter what roster they kind of have. Lucid has been a guy that I've noticed has been very, very offensive minded. He's very good offensively. He will seek out those demos, but it's just finding a little bit to get him in that rotation a little bit more and trying to work together a little bit. JDS is a very smart player. If we can work them all together, it will see a lot better of an OTU team as we head into the series. This is obviously still game one, figuring it out.
Yep.
Under a minute now. This is a shot over the backboard. Lucid puts it up high again, and JDS just clears the ball away. There's not really much that they can do as Carleton moves back on offense.
Yeah, again, and every game is going to be like, obviously it's always important, but it's going to be especially important here for Ontario Tech when they're looking to win off game diff, because obviously you want to win the series, but when you really need those certain results to get through, it's a little bit stressful. Taking every loss here, they can't really afford many. So if they do go down here, they really can't afford many more than this, and so they really need to find the rhythm here and try to play off each other best they can.
But that's fine. There's still 10 seconds left. OTU needs to go now. They need to find something that waits for the boost. JDS not. A great 50 back towards his net. Crimson in the corner, still with it. Good 50 out towards midfield, but again, nothing going as JDS 50s it up the wall. And this will be cleared down, and Carleton will take game number one.
Yeah, it's a one-goal game for game one. I mean, like I said, Ontario Tech cannot afford to lose many more than that. That is going to be the first game going to Carleton. And like I said, obviously we're comparing the other Carleton team when they have the regular third collapser, but that doesn't mean that this Carleton is at a low level by any means. Like, it's just to the top 6 level that they're consistently getting versus where they're at now. And again, Ontario Tech is a team that plays kind of above their ability, but if they're not setting the pace and they're not the ones cutting and making the plays, they might sort of get run over here, and that would be the worry if you're Ontario Tech here.
I mean, that's what we saw in this game. We didn't see anything. Like, we genuinely didn't. I didn't see anything from OTU. I don't know about you. Like,
even the goal, it was like
watching. Yeah. It was literally like we were having a conversation while the game was going on. There was no possession, there was no control, there was no nothing. It's just relying on individual plays and relying on individual mechanics. You gotta work together. You gotta work together down the field. Great transition, great plays. Because otherwise, what are you doing here? You'll be going home. You won't be moving on to day 2. So.
And even like on the scarier side of it too is that, like, I was gonna say Spoon. So even Spoon obviously putting up the goals last game. We've seen a relatively quiet Maple Bacon, and that's on the other side of things. If he's quiet and they're still winning these games, they need to be careful, because if Maple Bacon starts to ramp up, his name is not what you might think. He is one of those players who could just take the game into his hands.
As sweet and savory as
and
that
the
sounds.
car too. Yeah.
Sweet and savory as that snack sounds. He's a killer on the field.
Yes, I remember the first time I played this guy, and you don't really expect it when you load into the lobby with that car, as I say it. When you load into the lobby with that car, with that name, you're like, oh, okay, he's going to be maybe like a casual player. Maybe he's like high ranked, whatever. No. If he's on, this guy will hit some crazy shots, as Carleton's hoping that he will this game.
Reminds me of a Clayton play.
Yes.
People remember him as a callback to a couple of years ago as OTU trying to move down the field. That's a great play. Causes a double commit. And Crimson, he was trying to go for the pass left, but he couldn't make contact with it. It's good 50 by Lucid to midfield. That's a good bump. Crit isn't there. He's not able to capitalize his third. As JDS, good flick. Got out mid, but nobody's there. Like, Lucid is not there.
Yes,
he's got no boost. He can't do anything.
No.
That third man of Crimson is too far forward. He's forced into a bad challenge on the wall, but JDS is going to get it over everybody.
Yeah.
And he's going to score the first one for OTU.
I think it's going to be another one of those scrappy games where it's just a quick transition. So no one's back, no one's home, and they're just scoring off behind midfield. I mean, yeah, like, the fact that works out, it's good for them, but they want to be careful, because as these teams are getting warmed up, getting more comfortable on land, it's going to be less of those mistakes. And in Carleton, we know from experience, we know they're loud over there, and they're getting heavy for every goal. So that's going to creep into the minds of Ontario Tech.
It definitely is. I mean, you could talk to them a little bit before the game. They were, you could see they were a little confident, but you never know with moments like this. There's always nerves. There's always a landed scenario. We talked about it at length in the first series. Until people get fully adapted, and really it's that second day, to be honest, that you really start getting adapted to the setups. You really feel out of it. So Lucid trying his best to create offense, but just ends up giving the ball away, and it's going to be cleared down to the OTU half again. That's a missed play from Lucid. This is going to be.
Oh, it's going to
allow.
But
Spoon's not able to make contact with it, so
probably expecting a touch there or something.
A little whifty in the midfield again. Maple Bacon taking possession. Trying to go for a musty, but just gives away.
I told you, it's in the arsenal for him. Like if it's the right opportunity, he will bury something crazy. It's funny. I was literally just about to say it's very weird to see Carleton playing and not getting these like demo heavy play styles and a lot of demos, but they did just put up 3 demos since I was going to mention that. So that is good to see, and that's what they want to be doing. They're not playing like their typical selves, but they really don't need to when they're playing teams outside of the maybe like the top like Premier teams, top 8. They're not going to get punished as much, so they just need to play strong fundamentally. And if they're incorporating some of these plays with how aggressive Ontario Tech likes to play, it could be punishing.
I think even then, like the sub, just incorporating him into how they play too, because obviously, as you said, as they get warmed up, the play style will work more. That's just going to be a full clear.
See, what are these goals?
As third man, you need to be farther back.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the sub. I don't know if that was
maybe miscommunication.
I think just nobody there. Doesn't matter. Crimson, great 50 win in your own half to get it downfield. Clears pressure, at least, but it ends up finding your second goal for OTU. And for a team that really doesn't look like they're doing a lot, they're up 2-0.
No, and you love to see it if you're an Ontario Tech fan. And 3-0. Love to see it if you're an Ontario Tech fan, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, that's a misplay from, again, their substitute player called up. A little bit of a misplay there. But again, if they're scoring with these situations happening, I mean, there's a lot of room to punish. So they don't need to play perfect. They just need to play one game at a time. And again, they want 3 in a row here. They really need 3 in a row here.
I really wonder if that game 1, as they put in another one.
I hear them screaming.
You can hear them. I wonder if that game 1 was just like genuinely they're just like, oh man, we gotta get a specific. It's kind of a tough game number 1, but it's a good game too. It's a very, very good rebound. 4-0.
But no like super meaningful goals or like special goals. It's really just little mistakes. And again, that's kind of all you need. We're saying that with some of the with the last 2 Premier teams that we were watching. It ends up just coming down to that. But with this, it's like if they get space, like JDS here with space into the corner for a double, as I was going to say it, he will score those if he gets opportunity. He's getting opportunities too, where a lot of the other teams we were seeing, they didn't really get the chance because there's too much pressure. They have the room to make it happen if they're able to do it.
And I think the biggest thing as well is you take that game 1, because they just played Sheridan, right?
Yeah.
Who's a team that gives them no space.
Exactly. And they're setting the pace.
Absolutely sets the pace.
Yeah.
Whereas they have to come into this series, and they're the ones that are dictating the pace, right? They're playing in a completely different way. Game number 2 has been a fantastic way to slow at least Carleton down. They haven't at least gotten scored on, by silly stuff. They haven't gotten caught out by anything crazy. Regardless if they haven't looked fantastic, they've done what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Right? Their changes have been fine. They've done what they need to do. Game number 3, they need to work on it a little bit more. They need to continue going on. But if Carleton's going to keep giving you these mistakes, you're going to punish it. You're going to take it, right? So.
Yeah, that's a big thing with Ontario Tech too. Is like, and that might have been the case of what happened with game 1. Because big thing with Ontario Tech, JDS likes to step up as a leader in between every game and really break down what's going to happen. I even caught him earlier on. He was already going over what was going to break down with this team before they started playing. And he likes to really go over it, think really technically, and just if he could get everyone on the same page as him, I just don't think they should be losing the series.
No.
But again, we saw with game 1, it's not necessarily going to go that way.
Regardless of if you can have a game plan, it's up to the players to execute.
Yes.
And up to the players if they want to.
And we got a ball game.
But Ontario Tech, they've done enough.
They come back hard.
They've done enough to take that second game. It's how they can improve on it. Again, it is just how you can improve on every single game. How can you continue to build off of that? How can you build positive momentum going in? Especially this is a winner take all series, right?
It is.
You win, you go to tomorrow. You lose, you're done. So you need to continue building up that momentum as you move into tomorrow, because you will be playing a completely different team.
Exactly. And again, what we were saying with setting the pace, that's going to be huge here. So game 1, you get a freebie, you know, you make some mistakes, you lose a 1-goal game. It happens. Great answer by Ontario Tech to 4-0 here. If they can set the pace again going into the next one, I could see a 3-1. I think going into it, I predicted 3-0, 3-1. Just because I know the floor that Ontario Tech plays at, I think is higher. But again, if they're not there, and if Carleton's playing above what they're sort of expecting with this last minute sort of sub in, we could see a game 5 potentially.
You never know. I was kind of writing off Sheridan a little bit going into game number 4, and they came out and they did what they needed to do. So we'll go into it. Carleton needing to find a rebound is
they really need it.
Yeah,
they really need it.
To the corner to himself. Beats dude by JDS.
Almost
Couldn't get the
above.
third. He's Lucid coming in now from so far. That was it.
Wow.
Wow, JDS just saved Lucid's shot.
I see what he was going for there, but not what you love to see.
There was nobody in net, actually.
No.
JDS with it again. Good fake, good 50. Crimson, can he put it home? No, he can't put it around.
Quite.
Spoon. But good offensive pressure from Ontario Tech to start game number 3.
Who's been your sort of go-to, like, that you've been looking out for this game? You think that's been like doing a lot of like putting up a lot of numbers and doing their role exceptionally well? Is there anyone that's standing out to you? Because normally it's Maple Bacon, but I mean, he's playmaking, but honestly, Spoon for me, I think is looking very solid.
Spoon has been the guy on offense. Maple Bacon has been the guy holding it back on defense. He's been very, very solid. You don't need the points. I mean, look there, he just played that situation very well. He played it calm. He let the guy give the ball away to him there towards the side. Unfortunately, his teammates weren't able to follow it up, but he's done well. Spoon with a miss there as well.
Ooh.
Crit forced into action. Gets a good 50 downfield. JDS, great play upfield. Lucid
got a lot of space.
Up first. It's going to be down, but JDS off the ceiling.
A lot of pressure here, though, but again, that pressure could go so fast if they get a quick transition or something. Again, what we're talking about, discipline as third man. If you just push up a little too much on those plays, it goes from being an open net for you real quick to in your net. And that's a beat for on the side of Ontario Tech.
JDS is at least going to get a clear. There was a good demo there. Oh, Lucid, what are
Giveaway.
we doing?
Yeah, don't love to see that.
Don't love that.
Yeah, he wants that back.
He wants that boost back as well, but can't do anything more. JDS takes the giveaway from Maple Bacon. Gets a 50. Crit. Too slow. Lucid shot towards net, but it's going to be high. Deserves the follow-up from JDS off the crossbar.
Oh, it's too high. Yeah, again, like, I don't know how much the whole, like, being less experienced comes into the play too, because obviously Lucid's a great player and ranked, you know, he has his accolades and everything like that, but in terms of Ontario Tech and collegiate, he's new to the scene. It's a new team, it's a new environment. I don't know if he's ever played a LAN before, like, we just don't know, whereas we know the other two have that experience, and you wonder how much of that plays into a part of everything he goes for. You know, it's night and day when you're comfortable playing versus not. And so, you know, it's a mix of, like, I'm sure he knows he needs to just get these soft touches and try to play off the team, but let's see if they can recover.
For sure. It's up to you. Those touches have kind of locked them into this defensive spot, unfortunately. They need to break frees. Maple Bacon, some good challenges there. Not able to get a touch on that one as JDS gets it out. Doesn't get the boost, though, as Crimson wins the touch in the corner. Crit.
Oh, good control.
Air dribble.
Okay, he's got a little...
Good for the pass. And that'll be a shot.
You bring him up to sub and he does
play.
that.
Fantastic play by Crit, man. Takes all the time in the world. Lucid needs to jump there. He's watching it happen. Maple Bacon, great follow-up as second. JDS is caught up.
I don't know what to say. I think they're overlooking this guy a little bit because, again, they're trying to play off, like, sort of the slower, like, weaker length, just in the grand scheme of things. But, oh, my God, he brings out a nice little flip reset. We didn't know he had that in the bag. That might change the game here. And if not, it did. Okay, well,
I was going to mention in chat, he said 1400, by the way, we could do that.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
He said he could do that, but JDS followed it up, and he unfortunately missed the ball at the goal line. So I can't say that, though. You know what? He did it himself. You know what? That's great. Great work from him. Great analysis from on the pitch. We love that. Crimson looking to play across. JDS with a shot off the backboard double. No, he can't. Still 1-1 with about 30 left.
It's also like the mental diff there too, I'm sure, is hard because, like, going from, like, okay, they score that goal, they're up a goal, you know he's definitely screaming, they hear it, they're right beside him, and then to go from that into an immediate equalizer is just such a shift in mental that.
Oh yeah,
that's hard.
And
if they scored there again too, it might have been the coffin for Carleton.
It's really tough. play for Carlton.
This is a big game.
Maple Bacon, great play though. He shouldn't have given
Little
that
heavy,
away, but
yeah.
it's okay. It's cleared out. All these, everybody's so congested,
you
man.
can tell they're panicked. They're
everybody
worried.
is so
game.
together. You just gotta spread out. Let the play happen.
Yeah.
Let the play happen organically. That's a great dunk. Great dunk from Crit.
Yeah, it's very easy to get into
Bad
that.
giveaway from JDS.
Ooh, he's already up too. Control coming up by Crimson here. He's gonna play the flick. 50 by Spoon off ceiling. Maple Bacon's gonna try to take it slow. He doesn't. He bangs it. Good idea if he can get that placement. Yeah, not quite what he wanted though. Good counter from Ontek.
That's a rip on target. JDS will be there.
Yeah.
But Carlton doing their best to just put shots on target, and they are testing the OTU defense. They are getting caught out, to be honest with you. It's finding that one shot that'll work, as that's a great shot on target.
Wow.
Good save from JDS. Follow up from Maple Bacon is clear to the corner. Spoon. Another 50 on the goal line. That would have been a close bump as well, but Lucid is able to get it out to midfield with 15 left.
I like to
start
see
on offense.
Yeah, we like to see them being a little bit more composed here. It looks like they are slightly, but I also think they're being forced to play a lot more safe. Like, obviously, JDS probably just farmed like 3 or 4 saves there, but it's good that you're getting those, but that's also very scary when, like, it could be slightly placed differently, and that's just in your net, and that's the game. So, again, it's still tie series here, but, like, Carlton winning this is really bad in terms of record for Ontario Tech. So, Tech needs this game. They do not want to lose here.
Game 3, overtime. Can Maple Bacon put it away? No, he can't. Just across the goal line is able to get some good 50s, good boost steal as well. JDS is a little too far forward, but he's able to clear it to the side. Spoon, back to the corner. Comes in, takes 50, gets a good clear out as well. Maple Bacon is left his third again. Forced to get a bad touch.
Oh, it might be
Crimson,
time.
flip reset, gets bumped off of it though, and Spoon able to clear that one away.
Yeah, it wasn't quite their time there. I mean, they're all, you can tell it's a tie game. You can tell it's overtime. They're being a little more disciplined. That could have been a punish from Lucid there, but it might be a punish from JDS, not quite. Yeah, they're playing like it's a tie game here for sure. It might actually help them.
Great play, but no follow-up. Spoon takes his time, puts it over
He's up
one.
already.
Lucid. Not a great 50 either. Off the corner, JDS has to get the touch.
Read.
He's able to follow up. Lucid will be there to follow up into the corner. Into the midfield. JDS with a shot. It'll be saved by Spoon. Still 1-1-1. 14 gone in this overtime. Man, what a game so far.
Good idea for Lucid to get the soft touch on the wall there. He just, like, it's the right idea. It's just not being executed. Lucid's, that could be a good ball through, maybe.
Oh, it's in!
It's in. I mean, I was saying it's a good ball through, but I figured if second man misses it, third man misses it. Yeah, that just gets through the whole team.
Crit just misses the ball.
Yeah, so again,
Maple Bacon expects the
yeah,
touch to
one of
come
those
out.
situations where, like, Maple Bacon obviously trusts his teammate.
Yes.
And I hate to dog on anyone, but, like, he's used to playing with someone where, like, Clapser in that situation is going to control the ball. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a 1400 versus, you know, an SSL player. And you know Craig or Crit wants that one back. That's a hard one for them to lose. But if any team's going to go into this with good mental again, I think it's Carlton.
Man.
I think it's Carlton, so it's not the end of the world.
That.
Exactly.
That
would have been bad.
That'd be a laughing one, to be honest. It'd be like, oh, man, like.
And you knowing how they are in there and everything like that, he's just having a great time. He's happy to be here. It's not going to be the end of him just based on that. But again, if that went the other way for Ontario Tech, that could have been the end of the run. I mean, you have to also realize, like, look at the shot difference here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 1-goal game. Like, anything could really happen. I mean, that is Ontario Tech match point here, but I still think this could go the distance. So they need to keep setting the pace and lock in if they don't want to force a game 5 here.
They're not even setting the pace, man. They're literally just sitting there. They're letting honestly, the one goal that Carlton had, they quite literally sat there and watched the whole play develop in front of them, right?
Yeah, they're not complaining.
They need to be more proactive. They need to be better on the ball. And if you want to close
Yeah, he's not a 14.
He said it in chat. He literally said it in chat.
1,600 right now.
I can hear him now. Okay. I couldn't hear him before. I can hear him now. So we'll see if we're talking.
Hey guys.
Lucid. Hey guys, we're back.
We might be back.
We might be back. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. JDS trying to make a play towards the sidewalk, towards mid, and just give away, man. You got to have a direct pass if you're going to do that. Crit up early. Give it away though. Spoon fills in the gaps. Lucid tries to get a clear open. Maple Vision all over him. Crimson gets it downfield and off the sidewall. Out to JDS. Just cleared out to the corner. And again, Lucid a little bit too close. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
A bit of scrambling coming up from the side of Ontario Tech. I need to see them touch. I mean, it's getting late. They just need to force something here, and like they were doing that even when it was tied. So it's gonna be a little bit tough for them here as the ball does drop down. Decided off by. Nope. JDS.
Out of the way.
Another one.
Target evil!
I called it a game too early as he drops 3.
Yeah.
Game number 5. I mean, like
This guy's he's a player. This guy's a game 5 player.
we might be getting, as he says,
yeah.
the text chat. We might have been getting a little bit faded by his rank. I've been informed he might be more around like 1,700 feet, maybe 1,400 current. But even then, he's having the game.
That doesn't matter, man. This guy's jumping into SSL, GC3 SSL lobby. He's doing his thing. JDS off the post. Crimson saved away by Melville Bacon. Carlton.
That's going to be Carlton.
Carlton has
taking
pulled
the
off
W.
the upset, I would say. And
Upset on paper, yeah.
and they have moved into tomorrow.
They have confirmed
instead of
day
OTU, which is what we expected, I think, going into today. Carlton with the substitute makes it to day 2.
That's the thing. Like, obviously on paper they were higher seed, but like in my mind, I wouldn't expect them to fall over them just given the sub. And also, honestly, given how well Ontario Tech was playing against Sheridan, I was like, okay, they're gonna come in and probably 3 on this, maybe 3 on this. I would have never guessed. First off, a game 5. I wasn't expecting a game 5, and then even the loss is kind of crazy. So I think they guaranteed the day 2 just by going to the game 5, like you were saying earlier. But they most definitely secured it and earned that spot of day 2. With the game 5 win over Ontario Tech, and my former Durham player JDS is going to be bowing out here. Unfortunately, it's hard to see, but we'll see if they bounce back as the next year competition
next year, right?
I think they got one more.
I don't know if they're. I think they're done.
I think they have one more year of like the same kind of guys, but
regardless, they've put on a good showing. They took a game off of Sheridan. We want to thank OTU for obviously showing up to the tournament because unfortunately they're done. Carlton, congrats and welcome to tomorrow. We're excited to see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be joining you tomorrow. Yes. But honestly, it's been a pleasure casting with you.
2 game 5.
Yeah, 2 game 5s. We've been great. We've been spoiled. 3 game 5s in a row. 2 game 5s for us. I won't be back on the desk, I don't think. He will be back on later today.
One more later today.
But you will see me playing actually in a little bit. You'll see both of us playing. But we will jump to break. For a little bit because that Group A is done now. That Group A, the Group A and Group B is done now. Them, Sheridan have both moved on to tomorrow. And then later we will be back with Group C and D, where we will see top teams out of those.
We got some good matches coming in. We got Canada's, like I said, Team Canada's very own Basketball on the pitch in the afternoon, I believe, for Brock. Not for Brock, no.
York.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Brock tonight, Soares and Lev, 2 very notable players if you're involved in the scene. We have some good matches coming up later today, so we'll see you guys then.